Are we recording? Yes. Hi, Flosstube.
Hello, Flosstube.
This is the Stitchin Misfits.
Stitchin Misfits. Like our mugs? I like our mugs.
Had them done at Costco. I designed the Stitchin Misfits part in Word Swag. Saved it as a PNG. And sent it off to Costco and had these nice little nifty babies made. Clinkies.
Clinkies. Do they make anything else? Bags?
Yeah. Mugs,
Awesome.
bags, all kinds of cool stuff.
Mugs are best. Because you can put Masala Chai in mugs.
If that's what we're really drinking.
Could be vodka, I'm not gonna lie. 'Tis the season.
'Tis the season.
So how are you?
I'm good. How are you?
I'm good.
I'm
We made it to the end of the week.
We made it to the end of the week. This is the end of 2 weeks, actually.
Yes, because the last time, same bat channel, whatever, what do they always say?
Same bat time, same
bat channel. Last time, we left Batman and Robin in Whipland. So I'm going to slow a little bit more down. She's not as festive. So I guess I'll start with my whips.
You start with your whips.
I start with my whips. So the main one I've been working on the past couple weekends has been, of course, Black Cat Society. And I've made progress that I'm very happy with. I finished the little, is a teepee right now, not fully a hat because there's no brim, it's just a teepee. And then I started filling in the orange. The orange is starting to eke over. So I like it a lot. The little black lace bits, you called it?
Lace bits.
Lace bits actually worked up pretty quickly. I was worried about that because I thought it'd be fiddly, but they actually worked up pretty quickly. So I'm happy. I think I will finish this fairly soon.
Coming in?
I think Minnie might come over to Hanan. I don't know. But in the meantime, you have me to entertain you. I hope that's okay. So my next one is the Pumpkin Passport from 2016. I totally got the kit when they first started. I didn't get too far. So hopefully I will be able to get back to this soon.
She got farther than I did.
I got farther than she did, that's true. Best laid plans and all that. So we're going on an adventure. Let's go on an adventure. And I've got a faceless lady in London and a disembodied head on top of a pyramid in Egypt. And the sun. So like a sun is growing out of this disembodied head. That's pretty awesome. So the Let's Go on an Adventure, that was fun. That actually worked up pretty quickly. But a lot of the little towns and cities you visit, they're kind of fiddly bits. Which can be fun, but they don't work up as fast. So hopefully I will be getting back to that soon. And then my other whips that I was going to show are actually knitting. This may be Flosstube, but we do what we want.
There are no Flosstube police.
Exactly. And if there are, well...
Just come up here. Say hi, Minnie. Say hi to
there's
the people.
Min. Minnie,
Say hi
look.
to the people. Look, Minnie.
Look, Minnie.
Minnie.
Do you see Flosstube out there?
Say hi, Flosstube.
Because they're going to see you.
This is Minnie.
Yes.
It's the Minnie Min Min.
She likes the taste of Q-snaps, too.
Yeah.
That was really helpful.
And remote control.
And remote controls. Pocky. She's gotten into Pocky.
She ate a whole bag of rolls before Thanksgiving.
Yes. We ran out of rolls thanks to Minnie.
She ate a remote control.
We had to go get a new remote control. None of my other dogs have been this bad and chewy. Chloe, my old lady dog who is sleeping right now, as she does usually because she's an old lady, she chewed up a cable needle I had one time, but to be fair, it was wooden, and so it kind of looked like a treat. So if you're a dog, that, might look like a treat. So there are a few little teeth marks.
Well, Chloe has eaten our key lime pie on a road trip.
Oh, yeah. Because when the weather's okay, we'll leave, we run in somewhere, leave Chloe in the car with the window cracked on a nice, cool day. And we had forgot that we left a half-eaten key lime pie from Bucky's in there. Well, Chloe didn't forget. And Chloe had fun.
the key lime pie, cheese, and summer sausage.
Yes. That's
what we get?
That's dog. Yes, my dogs have eaten all sorts of stuff. They tell you not to feed dogs. Well, I certainly didn't intentionally feed it to them, but they're still okay.
Yeah.
So, my next whip, it's one sock. It is a sock. Yay. It is the Rye sock, which is a free pattern from Tin Can Knits. It's part of their Simple
Oh,
collection.
that's their rib. These are all free patterns.
Yeah.
So any knitters out there, this is ribbing down the front.
Actually, that's the garter stitch.
Garter stitch. Yeah, but it makes ribs.
Yes.
Ridges.
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 Sorry, Minnie is
Oh,
out
there you can
goading
see
me.
them. You can see them.
Get him, Minnie.
You gonna eat Daddy's socks? Because I'm assuming these are for Daddy. Because they're
They got man feet size.
Because they're big.
My feet are really tiny for a big person. They are really tiny feet. So I started those. The Simple collection is supposed to be to help you learn how to knit. So if anybody out there wants to, is starting out knitting and you need some simple projects that you can, it's a little bit more fun than a scarf. I think they do have a scarf pattern, but there's so much more in there that you can do.
There's scarves. There's even a pretty basic sweater, and
they look nice. They don't look like
really
crappy.
Nice.
They look like a good wardrobe staple.
There's there's a sock, there's a hat, there's a scarf, there's a sweater.
I think like a baby blanket or something,
and
or
a blanket.
Yeah,
yeah. So there's several things, and the great thing about the sweater, well, pretty much all the projects, even the socks, they have them sized from little guys to adults. So.
Yes, and by adults, we also mean plus sizes.
Yeah.
Tin Can Knits, they're you'll see a lot of their pictures in their patterns include like their whole family, from like infants all the way up to adults.
Mm-hmm.
And that you have one pattern that can be basically made for everybody in your family. That's really cool. So the green sock is for my husband, Seth. I need to start the second one. But also his sister-in-law wanted a pair of socks for Christmas. Ain't gonna happen by Christmas, obviously. But so I started a pair for her. These are some purples. And we call this Wrestling the Octopus. See? It's got 8 little legs. Just swimming.
If
Kraken.
I knit socks, I can't do DPNs or anything.
These are DPNs.
Circs. Yeah, I can't do circs. I have to use
DPNs. Double pointed needles. For those not
any other thing, forget it. My gauge is all off, and they fit elephants or something.
But yeah, so I will work on these. They work up pretty quickly, but I've been busy recently, so hopefully I'll still be able to finish those pretty soon.
Yep.
So I think those are all my whips at the moment. If you want to start, Henene.
I have whips. Y'all know I have whips.
So many whips.
So many. Calligraphy I intended to bring with me, but if you've seen my post or lack of post on Instagram, I did post today what I've been doing. Playing Mimi and hanging out with the grandbaby. So I only brought certain things with me, and I had intended to bring calligraphy to show you guys. She went to the frog pond. Michael Powell is having to go to the frog pond because I screwed up on the count in the green, so I'm having to go back in and take out everything I put in and start over because I missed up on the very first row. It's very sad. I'm behind on the Christmas salad. I need to finish we're over here. Sorry, I'm on a different computer tonight, so I'm not really sure where I am. I need to finish the snow on top of the music hall, gazebo, whatever the hell it is. The other house, the big ribbon, and then the 2 angels and the star. And then I think tonight she was releasing the last of the 2. And it's going to be another 2-parter, just like the carolers and the gazebo were. So, and I guess the ribbon was a 2-parter too. So I intend to get cracking on this because this is a gift. Again, she's not going to get it by Christmas. It was never going to get to her by Christmas because this is an advent thing. So, but I am going to send it to my sister-in-law. So that's where we are. There's been no stitching going on.
Looks good though.
Other whips, I have been, because I have some time, and these are super fast. Hexies. Lots and lots of hexies.
You're hexing people.
And English paper piecing.
EPP.
EPP. This one is all the petals are sewn to the center yellow. I just need to now sew them together. So, and I've decided this was going to be a pillow, but I ended up inadvertently making a flower with a center, and my pillow was supposed to be random.
It's randomly a flower.
It's randomly a flower. I should just put this in the middle.
There you go.
Anyway,
Slurs.
I was thinking to make some mug rugs for friends.
There
Yeah.
Friends.
Yeah.
You have those?
You.
Okay. That's it.
And I might make some like do another like row around, because my husband eats out of a bowl and he likes to sit on the couch and eat, and his bowl's hot, so he likes something under his hand. So if I do another round, then it would cover the bottom of the bowl.
It's bowl cozy.
A bowl cozy.
Bowl cozy.
Yeah.
That sounds legit.
So I'm gonna quilt it, like put some batting and put maybe felt on the back, and that way he has a little bowl cozy.
There you go. That'd be cute.
Instead of using my hand towels. It drives me crazy.
Weird.
Yeah, he's weird. What can I say? I love him, but he's weird. So I've been hexing it up.
Hexen.
And I can sew a few of those before the grandbaby wakes up in the morning. They don't take me very long to. Well, I've been basting, which is basically sewing the paper piece in, basting it down so that then you can join. I don't know, it just makes it easier. But I do have, in my goals, I have a goal. Goals.
Gold digger.
Snowbound, no. Hubby's hat. Haven't got any stitches put into that. And I intended to start a new hat for Jacob too.
Well, we'll have a few more months of winter. I think it'll be okay.
True. And he gets ear infections, so he needs to have
Poor thing.
something on his little ears.
Here's this.
Okay, do you have any finished objects?
No.
Me either.
We suck.
We suck. Fully finished. I brought I said in the last video I would bring my bathroom
Cross stitch.
My bathroom cross stitch. I did bring it.
Awesome.
They're here. They're little. They're in a baggie. Did you catch that?
Baggies. You got a dime bag cross stitch.
I do got a dime bag with cross stitch here. It's got hair on it. I heart the stash. It was supposed to say I rock the stash, but the rock just wasn't fitting in there.
So it's a heart.
So I heart the stash. I thought it was cute.
That's cute.
This was one of those little
kit things.
That's off center. I just noticed that.
Yeah, that's
It
okay.
needs to go over.
It's a slightly sideways pineapple. It's okay.
A pineapple that I found somewhere online. I have no idea. It's freebie. Maybe. I don't know. Whatever.
Doesn't remember. It was a while ago.
It's been a minute. A kit with a little hanger. These literally hang on straight pins in my bathroom.
Nothing fancy.
I push the straight pin into the wall, slip that over it, and it's there. Oh, see, my backside. See how pretty? Look how neat. And then, because I love Frida's my homegirl. Viva la vida.
Very nice.
So, these are my cute little bathroom whips. They hang next to my sink.
Because you have to have bathroom full of cross stitch.
You do. We learned that from Rebel.
Yes. Except if you're in Korea, because Korean bathrooms are very wet and different. Basically, you spray down the whole thing.
They were having a whole conversation about bathrooms in Korea today. It was interesting.
Yes, we have a friend, Craft in Korea, who we have sucked into Flosstube, craft, vlogging, YouTube type thing.
What's her? Sue's?
I think it's listed as Craft in Korea.
Craft in Korea?
Is her title. And
we'll link it below.
Yeah.
Go watch. She did Flosstube 0.
Pilot episode, we're calling it.
Yes. It was really good. You guys go follow her. She's awesome. She's our friend.
Yep.
We're thinking about trying to figure out how to do a Google Hangout and record it so that the Misfits include... Oh, we should see that. I can't look.
We should.
We should.
Do you know how bad shipping's going to be to Korea?
I know. Anybody going to Korea?
And for those people who really don't know, yes, she's in South Korea.
Seoul.
When I went to visit her a few years ago, I had a few too many people asking me if I was going to North or South Korea. Seeing as I'm a big person, I like to eat, and I'm an American, I don't really see myself going to the impoverished North Korea, which nobody can get into anyways. So
She would have to cross the DMZ.
yeah, and
Good luck with that.
I'm not about to cross like the most heavily fortified border in the world. I think I'll just fly into nice, super posh Seoul. So yes,
And
if you were asking,
The start of a nuclear war.
it's me. It'd
It's her
probably
fault.
be.
It was her fault. She did it.
For some reason, I'm remembering the time that me and my sisters when they were younger, and I was younger too. Can you believe that? We went
You used to be younger?
I know. I wasn't just born old, crotchety, and in pain. But
We're both falling apart, like one joint at a time.
it's like death becomes her. We're gonna have to spray paint each other's butts and super glue each other back together. But we'll live forever because hell doesn't want us. But no.
It's true.
So
Devil's like hell no.
we went. Me and my sisters. We love haunted houses, and so we went to Throwvania, which is a haunted house out here, like about an hour and a half east in Terrell, Texas.
Is that where you lost your shoe?
No, I lost my shoe in Fort Worth.
Okay.
But this one we're sitting in like a little entry area to the haunted house, and they turn off the lights. It's supposed to be creepy, and this voice comes, "I sense a dark and ominous presence." And all of a sudden, my little sister Haley goes, "It's me!" Like everybody started busting out laughing. She did not. So everyone was laughing so hard. So
I
now
love her sisters.
every time I think of like if there's something like that, I'm like, it's me.
The first time I met her, well, it wasn't the first time. I met them at her wedding. But the first time we like hung out and did something together, we went to the Korean spa, King Spa.
Mm-hmm.
And we were sitting in these chairs, and was it Lauren?
Lauren.
It was Lauren. She had one of those ring pops, and she couldn't get it open, so she's like, "Here, open this."
Can you open it? Can you open this for me?
I was like, "Okay, here."
You know, Lauren just turned 20.
I can't believe she just turned 20.
So
Oh my
old.
god. She said, and she lives in Scotland, right?
She's going to school in Scotland, yes.
Yeah. So she's hilarious. And her other sister, I call her the wind beneath my wings because she got her driver's license taken away from her for speeding. So, you know.
Good times.
I can relate.
Good times. So what were we talking about? Maggie.
Mm.
Hi, Maggie. We were talking about you before we got horribly off topic.
Woo!
So, yeah. We were discussing Korean bathrooms. That's how we got off topic.
Oh, yeah.
Because she can't really put cross-stitch in her bathroom because it's like the whole thing's all connected. So you walk in, and it's like you have your toilet and your sink, and then just like a shower head.
Oh, just like in Morocco.
Yeah, so it's pretty much like you can hose down the whole bathroom. It's really great. We should totally have them here.
With a drain like right in
The
the center of the
drain-
floor.
yeah,
I love that because it's
If you've
so
ever
awesome.
gotten really sick and had to have done horrible things, bowing before the porcelain throne, to be able to throw bleach in the whole room and just sanitize and wash it down the drain is pretty epic.
Or kids.
Yes. The little petri
yes.
dishes. We all love them.
Yeah. Wonderful.
Yes.
I did hear somebody recently talking about a bidet.
Mm-hmm.
I don't remember where I was watching this or what, but somebody mentioned them having a bidet, and they used it for in Morocco. They don't use the bidet for what the bidet is intended to use it for,
Which is
like
for personal cleansing.
exactly, especially when they have little kids. Because if you think about the bidet height, you're teaching children to brush their teeth.
It's just a sink.
It's a sink.
That's really all it is. And
it's been cleaned, it's been sanitized. Don't freak out, don't leave me messages about how gross and disgusting this is, because this bidet has never been used for its intended purpose.
And even if it has, it's like
been
porcelain.
It's been cleaned and it's been cleaned and sanitized and all of that good stuff. But when we were in Morocco, my kids used it as a sink. It was because that's basically what it is. It's just a sink. It's got faucets and you turn it on.
Mm-hmm. It's a sink for your butt for big people.
Yeah. So I don't remember who I was watching, and they were talking about a bidet and people being all weirded out because they used it for something, and washing the baby in the bidet.
Minnie's like posing here.
Hi,
Washing the
Minnie.
baby in the bidet. I mean, it's a sink. It's really what it is.
I was
mean,
like,
I mean, how do you You
It's
use
got
the
hot-
bathtub to wash your same parts. Like,
I mean,
I don't know.
the bidets in Morocco have hot and cold running water, so
There you go.
it makes
And
sense
those
to
are
me.
very useful. Do not
And it's
knock
shallow.
do not knock a bidet until you try it.
I love bidets.
I totally, if I could build a house from the ground up,
It would have a bidet.
It would have a bidet. And I've been looking for the longest time to get in one of the Korean bidet toilet seats that's like hot and cold water. It has nozzles in the front and the back. I'd never leave the bathroom. I don't know.
I
You
don't
wouldn't
know
see me for
why.
days.
Last time we talked about poop, and now we're talking about bidets and bathrooms. We have an obsession.
Well, you know.
Everybody does it.
Exactly. Everybody poops.
Everybody poops.
So I guess we should get back to business.
Back to
business of
cross
Flosstube.
Let's get back to Flosstube.
You've shown your stash. We're supposed to show haul.
Haul.
Haul. Okay. I have a little bit of a haul, and I've got some old stuff too. So you haven't seen it before, so it's new to you. And I haven't used it before, so it's really new to me. I just bought it a long time ago.
We're bad.
So my first, since DMC came out with the new floss colors, the 35 new colors, I had to get the little set here. Now, Hanan had heard some complaints or reviews online about the tin and a lot of people complaining about it. I took a risk because I went to... You okay?
I just sprayed a coffee on myself. Or
It's okay. Minnie will come by and look it up. It's cool. She eats anything. So, yeah, Hanan had seen reviews online where people were complaining about it. I decided to take a risk on it because I went to 123 Stitch, and of course, you know, they normally have things discounted, and with the shipping, it was going to be the same cost as if I just bought the 35 colors by themselves. So I'm like, why not? I'll take a risk on the tin. And as you can see, it's in good condition. There are no dents. Like, these little dents up in here are supposed to be there to keep the thing shut, but no dents or scratches or anything. I mean, it's like a cookie tin. I'm not going to expect super durable, but, you know, if I can stuff a few whips into it and have some fun with it, then, you know, I got my money's worth, you know. But the colors are really pretty full. Let me see if I can open this bad boy up. Oh, and it also does come with 2 free patterns that use the new colors. There's a little book, Moulin Spécial. Let me see. Let me open this up here. So we have some pretty flowers on one side.
pretty trees.
Pretty flowers. I like the trees a lot. Those are pretty and like a little alphabet. And
What's the alphabet?
And a cityscape. Because I think their intention was these colors were supposed to be more urban colors or what you'd see in like a more modern city. But these are the colors. I love the neutrals at the end there.
I like this end of the palette.
Yeah, the super jewel tones are really nice too. I love all of them.
These chartreuse down here though.
Oh yeah. I mean, they're all just beautiful.
They are.
And they're connected. There's like a little sheet in here and they're kind of
They're
kind
taped
of
down.
yeah,
Double
they're kind of
stitched.
taped down, so that's why they still look all nice. So, yeah, shipping was quick. I have really
123
complaints.
Stitch has great shipping. And from what I hear, I've never had to contact their customer service, but from what I hear, they've got great customer service too. So
Yeah, so if you're debating on getting the tin, I would go ahead and do it. I don't think there's.
sorry, there was a logo on the bottom of our mug,
And
when I was taking a drink, I saw it. Looking at-
oh, scary. So yeah, if you think about getting the tin, I think it's worth it.
They're sold out right now. I think.
Actually, they do. DMC's website had them back, but they're not shipping till January, which is a few days away anyway.
Mhm.
Well, you can still
123
order them.
Stitch is sold out, but do your thing, put it on your wish list, and do your thing. Notify me when it's
back in
available
stock,
again.
and then
That's one thing I like about 123 Stitch. If there's something you want, tell them to notify you when it's back, when they have it again, and they will. You get an email right away. Sorry,
your
Playing
toe
foot.
touched me. That's so weird.
You're so touched with my
Oh my god. Okay.
Should I caress you with my penis?
Please don't. So let me see what else I have in my haul bag. Oh yeah, so I like to go to Half Price Books occasionally and go through the crafts section because, I do tons of crafts.
Mothership?
Actually no, I think this one I got at the Louisville Half Price Books. We have a lot around here.
We do.
And, it's kind of like any sort of bargain bin. Sometimes you're going to find tons of treasures. Sometimes it's a wasteland. You just take your pick. And so I came across this, being the nerd that I am, Star Trek Cross Stitch. Love it. And it has TNG, Next Generation, and TOS, the original series. None of those other ones that came after that, which we don't always admit are actual real Star Trek. But that's just me. So let me see. There were some really... So you can do a Klingon sampler if you want, for you nerds out there that are fluent in Klingon. It's pretty awesome. There was one profile of Captain Kirk in here, yes. What would Captain Kirk do? I thought that looked pretty good. And
that is nice.
It's pretty, I mean, I paid, $5.99 for this book at Half Price Books, and it has a whole bunch of fun patterns in it. Here's instead of just the chart, here's an example of it. Stitched up and everything. There's a Picard one in here I was going to show too. Let's see. Here we go. Let me see if I have. There we go. I like it because it's black and white. Make it so. So I thought this was definitely a good deal for $5.99 for a lot of little geeky cross-stitch patterns.
That's not bad.
That's really not bad for a lot of geeky cross-stitch patterns. And then this is one I found at Barnes & Noble. I think I had a coupon inside to get. It's a Star Wars cross-stitch kit. Sorry, the camera's really off here, so I'm trying to figure out how to best approach this. Yeah, so I mean, it was a cheap little kit, and it has like some Ada and some floss to do. I think it lets you do the Yoda and Yoda and the Star Wars logo. Is what it lets you do. But it has a whole bunch of other cute little patterns. I like the R2-D2.
Yeah, R2-D2 is cute.
That's really cute. I like there's a Shadow Darth Vader right there. I think that'd be really cute. Might put those up in my game room. But yeah, it's not a bad little thing.
Make the Force be with you with lightsabers.
Yep. And
anything, I'm sorry, just anything past the first original 3. Not feeling it, people. I know all of you people were like all weirded out about the
Last
new one,
Jedi.
the newest one, but well, Han is in it, and Leia.
They're in
this last one.
Really? Okay. Because I thought in the last one, The Force Awakens, Han died.
Did he?
Yes. Kylo Ren stabbed him or whatever. His emo son.
I saw the...
Or as people have started calling him Millennial Vader.
I don't know. I was just seeing some stuff on TV on passing on.
It might be. I mean,
I don't know. I'm sorry. If it's not Star Wars, Empire Strikes Back, and Return of the Jedi, it's not Star Wars as far as I'm concerned.
And she has a right...
To my opinion.
To her wrong opinion. I'm just kidding. The first 3 really are the best, I think.
So I mean, I read the books, and I watched the movie.
Yeah.
And I think that's where my love of, gotta read the book first before you see the movie, because then the movie just screws it all up anyway. The books are great.
I thought the books were pretty accurate to the movie for the most part, though.
Well, that was back in the 70s when they used to, keep it kind of real.
Yeah, it was a few little bits from what I mean, it's been 20 plus years since I've read the books.
When the scene where Luke has to saber open the, what is it?
Benta?
Yeah, and get crawl inside to stay warm, keep from freezing to death.
Was that Banta or
It was a Tauntaun.
Tauntaun.
Yeah,
that might be a Tauntaun. Yeah.
And I remember reading that and just going, oh my god. And then when I saw it in the movie going, oh my god. And the Ewoks, oh my god. I read about them, and then when I saw them, I was just in love. I love Ewoks.
Like, if you think about it.
I love Ewoks and Wookiees. I'd do a Wookiee.
Our dogs kind of look like Ewoks. Little Shih Tzus.
They kind of do look like
They
Ewoks.
look like Ewoks.
Maybe that's why I love them so much.
Yeah.
They look like little Ewoks.
The smooshy teddy bear faces.
I love Ewoks and I love Wookiees.
So, I got
Rory did a Wookiee.
Ew.
She did.
Who's Rory?
From Gilmore Girls.
Oh,
and
I don't watch chick flicks. I'm sorry.
In the Year in the Life. Rory made out with, she had sex with a Wookiee.
That's weird. How do you... It's a lot of hair to move out of the way, don't you think?
Well, Lorelai asked her, did he keep the suit on?
Yeah, then
I never found out.
Get to the furries. That's just weird. But anyway, I'm taking a hint from, I saw Miss Minty Stitcher. She printed out
Minty Stitcher. I like Minty Stitcher. She's nice.
Yes, she printed out because she bought some downloadable patterns, and it's kind of like, okay, I have a huge stash of downloadable patterns. How do I show that to you guys? And so she was just printing out the covers and stuff to show off the pattern. So I'm like, okay.
Well, I should have sent mine and had you print them out for me today too.
What? I wouldn't use my company's resources to print. Yeah, I would. I would actually. I would.
I'm not gonna lie.
I can't even keep a straight face on that one. But
I don't know how to hook up my computer to Sahara's stupid printer at her house. I love my daughter, but her house is weird.
My house isn't. We're sitting in front of a giant mushroom blanket. Move out of the way a minute. If you can see, it's a giant mushroom. That is one my husband made for me. It's a giant one-up.
Yes, Seth.
It's pretty
Crochets.
epic. Yes.
He rocks.
But yeah.
IT support and
crochet
crochets.
and spinning and ham radio. So we do it all.
He knits too, doesn't he?
Yes, he does.
He does. I thought so.
He does. I think he primarily crochets and spins. That's what he really likes to do. But he can knit.
Oh, he made it. Wait.
Huh?
Or did you finish it?
What?
Did he finish this or did you finish this?
That's mine. Okay, I guess I do have a finished object for you. It's just not cross-stitch. This is Celtic knot beanie, I believe. It's from Son of Stitchin Bitch. And it's double knit in the round, so that makes it reversible. She's trying to peel the layers apart, but you really can't.
Yeah, you can't. They're joined in there somewhere.
They're joined in there. So yes. That was the first time I'd ever double knit, and I liked the way it turned out.
I think they started at the same time, Seth.
His is still somewhere. It's okay.
His is somewhere. But he wears it. He keeps his head warm.
Yes, it's doubly warm. So yeah, double knitting was fun.
See how thick it is?
Mm-hmm. And what did I do? I think I did that out of Vanna's Choice. Just some sort of cheap yarn I got from your chain craft stores. But that was a fun knit.
Very nice.
So anyway, so I printed out, this was from the Primitive Hare, and of course, guess what it has? Moons. You knew moons were coming. It was
Top knot stitcher.
Just a matter of time before I mooned you. Before I mooned you on Flosstube. So this is one the Primitive Hare did for 2016, I believe. And it was like a year-long stitch-along. And like each month on the date of the full moon, she released another little square.
Oh, it was in 2016.
It was 2016.
Yeah.
So yeah, I saw it towards the end of 2016, so I'm like, okay, I just have to buy this pattern. It's full moon stuff. And so of course, if you know anything about like sort of folklore, American Indian folklore, almanac type stuff, each full moon of every month has a different name. Like September, everyone knows is like the harvest moon. October, hunter's moon or dying moon. December is the cold moon. And so she did.
We already had.
Huh?
We should have already.
Yeah, I think we had the cold moon towards the beginning of
I keep forgetting to order that stupid tea on the phone.
I got some here for you. So we're addicted to Adagio, which if you like loose leaf tea, but you don't like, Tivana's prices, because they're ridiculous and they recently shut down their online store anyway. I recommend checking out Adagio, and in fact, if you want one of us to send you a coupon, we can probably do that.
Yep, hit us up.
Yeah, hit us up.
One of us will see it, because we have our Masala Chai in here from Adagio, ADAGIO.com.
Yes.
Uh-huh.
It's
awesome.
It's great, and the good thing about them that I discovered, I discovered them last year. I was looking for, Tivana has the perfect tea maker, the gravity steeper, where you put your leaves in and you let it pour the water and let it steep, and then you can put it on top of your mug and let it suction down its gravity action or whatever. But my Tivana one I had years ago, it got nasty really quick. And
didn't it crack?
It did. It got hairline cracks all over it, so I don't think the plastic was good enough to withstand multiple boiling water pouring over it. So I decided to go with the Adagio one because I saw a lot of good reviews on that. And I think they do. It's $49 free shipping usually. I think for the holidays right now you can get free shipping for $25. So it's very reasonable.
And you get a $5 coupon, and that Ingenuity that she's talking, that's what it's called, right?
The Ingenuity.
Ingenuity, and a set of teas. You can.
It's like $24.
Choose different blends. It's like $20-something. Yeah, it's really quite cheap.
It's really very economical,
and we can hit like $5 coupon off even on that. So. And
you can feel free. Like Adagio has a little bit of a social network in there, so. Like if you hit one of us up, we can email you a coupon from Adagio. You get $5 off. We get points towards free stuff because every review you do and everything like stuff you purchase, you earn points and you get free stuff. And it adds up very quickly. Not like a lot of rewards programs where you have to sell your firstborn before you get any feedback.
No, and if you message your friends, like we're friends on there, she recently found out that if you message your friends, you earn points too. Mm-hmm. So
we messaged each other. It's cool.
Did you get my message?
Yes.
Okay.
I did.
And if you create your own blends, you get points too.
That's another thing. Go to their blend section, and there's so many awesome people out there. There are so many geeky blends. There's blends based on
books and movies. And
yes, Doctor Who, Star Trek, Star Wars,
Lord of the Rings, Game of Thrones. I believe there's
there's lots of Game of Thrones ones, different anime ones, lots of because fun. They let you create your own blends for free, and of course, if you want to buy them, it's going to cost money. But I think also every time somebody buys your blend,
you get points.
I think you get points too. The other good thing about Adagio, I know it sounds like we're probably getting paid to say this, but we're really not.
We're not. But Adagio, if you're listening, hey.
If you're, it's okay. I'm not for free shit. It's
but
not my game.
If you're listening,
yes,
we love your stuff.
We do, and anytime we love stuff, we will tell you about it. Mm-hmm. We're very, I like things I like. I want them to stay around, and so if I can tell somebody else about it and help them stay around, then I will.
Exactly. And we love Adagio. We really, truly, truly do. And yes. I thank Annie for hooking me up with them because I love my Masala Chai. Got my back.
Got your back.
Love my Masala Chai. And
it's super spicy.
It is really.
I don't think you can see it. I don't want to dump it on anybody.
No.
I drank too much.
It's really, really good. It's got if you like a really good masala chai, this has, it's seriously
cardamom, ginger, it's really
cloves. They're whole cloves. When you dump out your teapot at the end when you're done, they're not skimpy on their amount of cloves that they put on here either, and cardamom pods, and it's just yum.
So I forgot to say another good thing about Adagio, because I know if you go into Teavana, you have to get a minimum of 2 ounces of tea or whatever they have. At Adagio, if you're not quite sure about a tea, you can just spend a couple bucks and get a sample.
$2 for most samples.
Some are $3. Yeah, and some of the fancier teas are, of course, going to be a little bit more, but
I think the most expensive sample I saw was $5, and that was of some of their really fancy oolongs.
Yeah, like the jasmine silver needles and stuff like that. Those are going to be more expensive, but
most of their blends and stuff you can get for $2. You get 2 ounces, and that will. They say on there it'll make 3 to 5 cups. So
yeah, I'm not sure it's 2 ounces, but it'll still depending on the type of tea it is, it can make 5, 10. I think some of the herbal will make 10 cups.
Yeah,
it's really economical. I think the second order I did for Adagio, because I did my first order to get the free shipping, I wanted the Ingenuity, and I got some of the Masala Chai.
I did too.
And that's when we were kind of hooked on that
Masala Chai.
The
Masala Chai sold me on it because I'm kind of picky about my Masala Chais. And I did stash masala and Tazao masala, but now it's not even the same. I actually
Adagio all the way.
It's Adagio all the way. My daughter has Masala Chai at her house that she keeps for me, and it's the Tazao. Tazo. Yeah.
There you
go. She keeps it for me over there, but now I took a bag because I brew loose at home, but they also sell tea bags. So if that's the way you want to go,
you're not quite sure about loose leaf tea yet, you can get
tea bags, and I took a bag of tea bags Masala Chai tea bags over to her house so that I can have when I'm there. Whenever I go over, I just stuck it in her cabinet. And she's in love with the hibiscus and blood orange, so.
Yes, they have a really good blood orange herbal tea, and I got the
Their
sample.
grapefruit's good too.
I got the sample at first, and I brewed it hot, and it was pretty good. But then I tried. They have like little tea bag like for iced tea, so I ordered a couple of those, and their recommended method of brewing is cold brewing it. You basically stick the tea bags in with your requisite amount of water and put it in the fridge overnight. In the morning, it is like super zingy and flavorful, and it's amazing.
We love blood orange tea leaf, coffee bean and tea leaf. Thank you for moving away from here.
Yeah, you guys are jerks.
Yeah.
So we just mentioned how if we really like something, we will be glad to try and tell you about it and sell it to you. If we're angry about something, you'll probably hear that too.
We get butthurt because
Try
people
not
leave.
to complain about it too much, but yeah, coffee bean and tea leaf had this amazing blood orange iced tea.
I got one when I was in California.
And I got one when I was in Colorado, because they had one at the airport, and I'm like, I'm getting my blood orange tea.
They had one literally across the street from the Airbnb that we stayed at.
Mm-hmm.
And I was like, I'll be right back.
Right.
You guys just
Hold up.
I'm going to run across the street. I'm going to get my blood orange tea. Half sweet. Come back.
Boom. Yeah, half sweet, because the
A large
sugar's
one.
a little too.
A large one. Easy on the ice. And I was good to go. I love that stuff. It's so yummy. And I was thrilled when I saw coffee bean and tea leaf in California. I was like, yes! I think there's still one in Austin, isn't there?
I think so, and I think they're actually based in California.
Yeah.
So that's probably why they're there. But anyway, back to the Full Moon Club that we totally got off track.
Because
talking about tea. So
It's
Adagio...
become tea tube, potty tube.
Tea tube, not potty tube, knitting tube, floss tube, but just all the tubes.
We're back to floss
Misfit tube. We're calling it Misfit Vision.
We get sidetracked like, woohoo!
Yeah. Like
hey, ladies!
Sparkly
We need to give somebody somebody out there our cell phone number so they can go, hey, oh, this is not live, so never mind.
Exactly. We're not going to give you anything. We're just going to keep going. If you enjoy us, stick around. You know?
If not, we're sorry. But we're
pretty fun.
You know,
We're
just
good
put us
people.
on, and when you hear us come back to stitching, just come back and watch.
Yeah, that's great. Unless you just like to hear us talk about random stuff. I think the whole reason we got off track from the Full Moon Club to Adagio
Because
is
I mentioned to the December, and then I forgot that I keep forgetting to order that stupid tea.
Yeah, there's a tea. Adagio does all sorts of fun stuff too, and so they have a tea called Earl Grey Bella Luna that they only release on the day of the day or the night of the full moon each month, and that's the only time you can order it. And of course, it's moon themed. I totally had to order it,
and I get messages that say it's time to order because I told them to send me a message when it was time to.
That's on her at that point.
It's
Adagio has tried to sell her this tea. She just ain't having it.
They've tried. That's just me.
So the description sounds a little weird. It's an Earl Grey, of course, so it has the bergamot and stuff like that. But this one also has hints of coconut, which sounded weird at first. But when you brew it, it's actually really good, and it makes a great London fog.
Their Earl Grey lavender makes a really good London fog too.
Yes.
I do own that.
Mm-hmm.
And I love it, as well as their Irish breakfast tea is the bomb.
Mm-hmm. If you want like a good basic black
If you
tea,
want a good basic black tea,
go for the Irish breakfast.
The Irish breakfast tea is spot on. And you do, I mean, if you don't want to have coffee, you drink that and you're good. It's espresso, Irish tea.
I think like the Irish people, they're like one of the highest amount of tea drinker, like they drink some of the most tea in the world.
And that tea is just, it's amazing. I made some for Sahara and I yesterday, and she's like, wow, this is really good. She goes, I don't even need coffee now. It's like, no, you don't. Because it is a really strong coffee. So
tea.
Have it with, tea. It's as strong as coffee.
It's a good, basic, black, strong tea.
Have it with milk, honey.
And you're good to go.
Good to go.
Good to go.
Okay, back to stitching.
So
Sorry.
back to our Full Moon Club. So I don't know if y'all can see it. I don't have a color printer at work. But see, each month, like the January one, is the wolf moon. So you see the little wolf with his bushy tail.
So cute.
And the moon. And then February is the ice moon. And so you see the little snow lady with the moon.
Oh, February is my birth month. I need to do that one.
You need to do that one. So yeah, she has them for each month. And so eventually I want to, this is one of my starts I'll talk about later for 2018.
You could like do that and just do them as individual things and do it like,
switch it for each month or something.
Priscilla, you know Priscilla, if she finds something magnetic and then she puts magnets on the back, she just...
That's cool.
Isn't that cool?
Yes.
Priscillify that shit.
So we could do that. Or, yeah, you could do it as separate ornaments, or, of course, the whole thing, so...
I would love to do it as separate, like, and just change it out for the month. I think that'd be great.
That'd be cute.
That would be really cute.
That'd be really cute.
The February one. Anything else?
Let's see. Do I have any more? I think that is it for my haul. Do you have haul?
I do, but it's sitting at home, because that's where my mailbox is. I've been at Sahara's, but before I left to come to Sahara's, I did get my 1, 2, 3 stitch. And so I'm going to kind of... Why don't I save my haul for when I do my, plans? Because it's in plans.
Yes.
And then I don't have to show it twice.
We make plans. We don't just randomly get off topic all the time, do we?
No, look, see, we have notes.
We wrote stuff.
We wrote stuff.
We had plans. We will success.
We have our Flosstube notes down here. We just get off track. It's okay.
You know, that's part of the joy of this, I have to say. I've noticed some other Flosstubers do the same, and I kind of like that, you know?
I do too.
It's kind of fun.
Okay, so do you want to go ahead? Okay, so I'm going to save my haul, and I'll show you my haul during my plans, because it's kitted as part of my... You got it. Okay.
Yeah. Our next thing was to talk about our plans for 2018 because it doth approach soon. It can't come soon enough. I'm tired of 2017. Go away.
Yeah, 2016, 2017 just sucked.
2016 I was okay with.
I wasn't. Shit Rooster.
Well, you had Shit Rooster, but then we went on our Misfit cruise.
And Shit Rooster was gone by then.
Yes. So. You know, some years you have to take the good with the bad, but I've had just about enough of the bad, and I'm ready for some good. And I try to be positive about it. But this week, last weekend, my dishwasher broke.
And your car the next day.
And my car a couple days later, and so. But the good news is I have a new car because the old one was just getting too expensive to fix. So,
but the dishwasher is still.
The dishwasher's rest in
play
peace.
Taps. Pour the 40.
Pour the 40 for my homies. Yep. Bye, dishwasher. I mean, it's came with the house, so what you gonna do? Go get a new one, apparently. And my new car, since it's an SUV, yes, I'm finally one of those people.
Right.
It's kind of like a cinnamon color.
It's pretty.
It is pretty. But yeah, because I'm like, okay, you know, my husband and I eventually want to get our, you know, trailer, our little camper, and hook it up. And of course, you can't hook it up to a Ford Fiesta, which is what my husband drives. And, you know, go camping, and we love road trips and everything. We need something to haul.
You could, assuming how far you get.
You don't get very far. So we're like, okay, and of course for house repairs, if you need to bring some 2x4s.
You mean now that when we go on a road trip, they have their own space?
Yes. But you're still going to pet them probably anyway.
Oh, of course I will.
You're going to pet them.
Chloe's probably going to be up next to me anyway.
Chloe, Minnie, yeah.
Chloe's, when we go on road trips, Chloe's my bud.
Oh, yeah. My doggies are good road trip buddies. Because I like to take them with me. And even Chloe, even she's old now, but she will just sit right there and curl up next to who's ever in the back seat. And just wait until you drop something. And try and go eat it. She's always watching. Awesome. Doesn't matter. You think she's fast asleep. She's not. She's on the prowl. So anyway, we're talking about 2018.
Plans.
And our plans. So my big plan is, because I have a craft pit. It's not even a craft room, I can call it now. It's a pit. I need to use some of my stash. This past year, 2017.
Isn't there stash in here?
There probably. I don't know. Might be bodies.
Her coffee table is a chest, and I do believe she's got
probably really old yarn in there.
Stuff in there.
But this past year, the 2017, I only bought yarn 4 times during the year.
That was good.
And I actually made it. I bought the first one. I did a birthday knit picks order. My birthday's in April, so I ordered some stuff.
So
from
you made
Knit
it from
Picks.
January to April without ordering anything.
Yes.
Yarn related.
Yarn related. Yeah.
Let's clarify.
Yeah,
yarn.
Because primarily I've been a knitter and crocheter in the past, and then The next one was the DFW yarn crawl in August.
So April to August.
August.
Mm-hmm.
And the yarn crawl, it's like 10 days. I was gone for the first few days. So, I mean, I made up for it, and I got a fair amount, not a huge,
Mm-hmm.
you know, amount. The third one was the Hill Country yarn crawl, which
Which is in October, so
Yes.
August to October.
Yes, I really love the Hill Country yarn crawl. It's good. I mean, you have to pay to get your yarn crawl passport in that case, but at each store you get at least 2 free patterns and a discount on the yarn that they're showcasing for that pattern.
Trunk show type. It's their shop, but their trunk show type thing.
Yeah, you'll have indie dyers that have trunk shows, or they have like a specific type of yarn. It's really fun, and they're not all just simple patterns. Like most of the patterns I've gotten have been real like good quality patterns.
She's gotten some really good patterns in the past 2 Hill Country yarn crawls.
Yes,
Too,
I like that. And of course, I love the Hill Country. It's fun down there, you know. It's a lot more scenic. North Texas is flat. It is flat. I do love living here because there's just so much stuff in the area. But in terms of scenery, Hill Country is beautiful. Yes. Like Austin, San Antonio, everything like that. San Marcos, yes.
Braunfels.
All, like the whole area. So,
Green.
Huh? Green. So yeah, so this next year, and my fourth one, actually, you know what, I might have that here. I can show that kind of as a haul, now that we've mentioned it. I love shopping on Etsy. Etsy is crack. And
Etsy is crack.
One of the indie dyers, Yarn Enabler, she's up in Canada, and she posted this thing. It's a little ornament kit. So what it is, she hand dyes yarn, and this is pencil yarn, paper yarn, and yarn to make like a little apple thing. So it's I'm not in education, but it's very teachery themed. And so it's basically skeins that are big enough to wrap around the ornaments.
Is this the same as the sock yarn?
Yes.
Is this the same lady?
Yes, same lady. Yarn Enabler. We can link her below if anybody's interested. But yeah, she hand dyes yarn that you knit into socks, and it knits
Looks
up
like
into
a number
pencil.
2 yellow pencil.
And then the same with the paper. It looks like just notebook paper. Even with like the little red stripe.
The red margin line, everything. Awesome.
Yeah. I don't know. Yeah, you can kind of, there's a little glare, but you can kind of see how there's like the little red line in the notebook paper one. So yeah, this was my fourth one, because I was thinking, I was like, do I need anything else? Do I want to do like a knit picks order or, something like that? And then she started doing this, so I totally had to get this kit.
I missed those.
You missed those? I think she still has them.
I need to go see. I totally missed.
Yeah. So this was my
I have her favorited in the shop. So.
This was my fourth purchase for the year. Totally worth it. So for 2018, I'm going to reduce that number to 2.
You going to show your tree skirt?
I could show my tree skirt. Are we back off topic again?
Well,
I'm trying to make plans.
I thought your tree skirt was in your whips.
It's not.
Okay, never mind. She'll show it next time.
Yeah, I can show it next time. It might be done next time. We can always hope. So I'm going to reduce the number of yarn-specific purchases to 2. And what I'm thinking is, 1, I want to order that crochet object yarn, the lady from Israel. Does the
that
cotton
one?
kits. I think I want to order that kit finally. I've been looking at it for like 2 years.
She has. We both have. It's a gorgeous kit to make an Afghan, isn't it?
Yeah, and she has different ones, but she has like this fingering weight cotton that looks beautiful colors.
Just delicious.
And she kits it up for you with all the yarn you need and everything. So I'm like, okay, I might just go ahead and get that kit maybe for my birthday or something.
It would make a gorgeous throw, or just a lightweight.
Yes,
whatever.
Just beautiful. I mean, she does beautiful stuff.
Gorgeous stuff.
And I'm thinking for my second one, doing the Hill Country yarn crawl again, just because I have so much fun with those. Because it kind of combines.
What about your cow chain? Don't you still need to buy yarn for that? Or do
no,
you have
I got
that.
I got that when I did my knit picks order this year.
I'm gonna do what I need to do it. I need to order.
Pull that trigger. Anyway,
but we need to decide how much yarn I need because I'm gonna need to gauge swatch.
Yep.
And you know how that is if I have to knit in the round.
Yes, you gotta gauge in the round.
I'm gonna gauge in the round because.
So, yeah.
I somehow
Because her,
loosey-goosey when I knit in the round.
you know, I helped her make a gauge swatch last time for the last sweater. And see, my gauge when I do straight needles or circular needles is very similar.
Mhm.
Hers is drastically different.
If I knit on straight needles,
Her gauge,
it's nice and tight and wonderful. If I knit on DPNs, it's nice and tight. But you can't knit a freaking sweater on DPNs. I guess you could if you had giant
You
Chinese
have those
needles.
giant, yeah.
But I don't want giant Chinese needles, and so I'm going to have to gauge in the round.
Yes, so we got to do that. So as I was saying, my second yarn thing for next year, I think is just going to be the Hill Country Yarn Crawl, because I had a lot of fun doing it. Combines road trip. You can go to Bucky's on the way, like at least
Anybody
2
who
Bucky's.
doesn't, isn't Bucky's only here?
Bucky's is a Texas thing, so all
Bucky's
of our
is a Texas thing.
stitchers. Stitching with a Dachshund. I watched her Flosstube, and she's in Killeen, so she probably knows
lives near
Bucky's.
Bucky's.
Probably.
There is, okay, Bucky's is amazing. It is, okay, no trucks are allowed, like the big rigs, they're not allowed to stop there. Which, at first I thought, well, that's kind of mean because, you know, truckers need a place too. But there are places. They have Loves and they have the
All sorts of
J,
truck
the J, the
Flying
J's,
J.
the Flying J. They have wonderful, wonderful truck stops for truck drivers. So I don't really feel so bad. They do allow buses to stop because as an educator, I've gone on trips with my people, and if you want to call them that, and I have gotten applauded by the police at Bucky's.
Nice.
Because
keeps them in line.
No, because I'm like in, out, and I will stand like in the middle of Bucky's and go, let's go, let's go, let's go. Because because A, it's usually at night when we stop at Bucky's. Mm-hmm. B, I am tired as hell and I want to go home. And C, I do not need to lose any teenagers in a freaking Bucky's. So get your shit and get on the bus.
Yeah, GTFO.
So, yeah. And I did have, the last time that we went, I did have somebody come up and say, you need to stop because you're annoying people. And I said, okay, I'll just sit back and let them do whatever the hell they want. Then they came to me and said, can you get them out of here? I go, you told me to shut up.
Exactly.
So, it's on you now.
Exactly.
You want them out, you get them out. That's what I was doing, and you told me to shut up.
Mm-hmm. So yeah, we do
Bucky's. If you live in Texas, if you are traveling through Texas, you see a sign for Bucky's or any signs announce, you know, billboards saying beaver nuggets 10 miles ahead, stop.
Yes.
Because you
nicest
will be
restrooms ever.
Clean restrooms, and you do not have to wait in a line.
We're back on bathrooms again. What's our problem?
But seriously,
you get old and you have issues. You spend all the time in the bathroom.
But seriously, the cleanest bathrooms ever.
Open 24 hours. They have a wall of candy. Like, think of like the world's largest gas station. I think the one in New Braunfels is the world's largest gas station.
It's huge. They have a wall. You like stand in front of it and go,
ah! And anything they can put their mascot, the little beaver, on, they do.
They do.
I have beaver pants.
You do?
I have beaver boxers. I've got beaver
sweatshirt.
hoodies, sweatshirts, regular shirts.
Did we ever get a tube?
No, I actually got the tubes from Academy. Bucky's didn't have them. That was kind of sad. I would have totally done a beaver tube for tubing down the river. But yes, Bucky's is amazing. So, Hill Country Yarn Call involves road tripping, Hill Country, Bucky's, Kolachi's down on the way.
Ooh, West.
Yes, go to West Texas.
You know what? I should upload that video onto YouTube. The one that we did.
That we were
when we stopped at
Periscope, right?
Periscope. You can save it and you can't upload it. We periscoped our road trip and we stopped at Slovacek's. It's hilarious. I should upload that.
Yeah.
If you guys want to see it, let us know below.
That was fun.
Hilarious.
Yeah, that was a couple summers ago. Not this last summer, but the summer before. But anyway, so those are going to be my two events.
In Moshi.
Yeah, hot little Jewish boy.
Hitting on candy.
I know why you're the chosen people now, because I choose you, Pikachu.
He was funny.
Mm-hmm. So anyway, that's part of my thing. Use my stash. Two yarn things. I'm thinking I might just limit it to two like pattern purchases too, probably for my birthday. I have a wish list going on 123 Stitch, and it's getting pretty epic. Mm-hmm.
Only 2 patterns or 2 pattern purchases?
2 pattern purchases is what I said. 2
Two
patterns ain't gonna work.
Only 2? Which 2?
Sometimes I've just started hoarding patterns, and I'm like, okay, when am I gonna do these?
Okay.
I need to focus on actually doing them.
Start something. If you start it, you'll have to finish it. Eventually.
Right. How's your February lady sweater?
How's Liesel?
I don't know. How's your calligraphy? You started it. You gonna finish it there?
I am going to finish that freaking calligraphy. It's
in another form.
No, I'm going to finish. I'm going to finish the one that I started. I'm just annoyed that I'm having to back out some of the
Stitch written.
And then I have to so that my long letters line up. It's just ridiculous.
That is ridiculous. So my other plans?
I climbed too high. Gotta go back down.
You gotta have lofty goals. You shoot for the moon.
Not in stitching. Not while you're stitching.
Not while you're stitching, because the moon's too far away. You shouldn't do that.
Then otherwise you're gonna have to.
You're not gonna land among the stars.
Then you're gonna have to swing around the backside of the moon, and God knows you might lose track.
Exactly.
Lose track of
End up forever lost in space.
Oh my God! I told you, right? Mr. Cross Stitch. In the issue 1 of his magazine, there's the one of the cross stitch patterns is the blueprint outline.
Nice.
The rocket.
That's
a sexy rocket. I've seen it. I went to NASA. Me and my friend Nasreen totally fangirled over the
rocket.
Over the rocket. I'm really okay. I'm a history major. I don't math, but I fucking love that rocket.
Hey, just the F word means we have to bump this up to rated R.
PG-13.
It's okay. Shh, it's just 1. It's okay. So yes, I'm basically gathering this huge wish list on 123 Stitch, and I think for my birthday, what I'm gonna do is add everything to cart, and whatever the total's gonna be, might cry a little bit, but then say, you know what? I'm worth
purchase
it.
number 1.
That'll be purchase number 1.
Then she'll go back and start adding more.
Yes. Right now I have a lot of the Prairie Schoolers, a lot of the Praiseworthy Stitches, all the haunted houses. So I'm loading up on a lot of stuff. And also Long Dog samplers. They have one like called Do Bears or something. And I'm like, I like bears. See, it'd be more fun if it had like bears and toilets and toilet paper. So it's like Do Bears shit in the woods. So, why are we back on this again? This is really weird. Poop. So yeah, those are my like purchasing acquisition plans. I don't know. I mean, since I'm still only a couple years into really cross stitching, I might cheat on that. I don't know, but I know the yarn I'm gonna stick to. So my other plans: finish Black Hat Society, which I showed you. Finish the Pumpkin Passport, which I showed you. Basically finish a lot of stuff. Finish the Sweetest Pie, Sal. And what's my last one? And Clear Moon, which I showed y'all last time as well. I want to finish all of those.
And she wants to start.
And I want to start the Full Moon one that I showed you. And I also would like to start one of the Prairie Schooler Halloween ones. And I'm leaning towards Hocus Pocus, the one I showed last time that had like the gaze and the creepy moon face and the crystal ball, that type of stuff. I'm leaning towards that one, but Nevermore also looks good. I've got a few of them.
Nevermore is nice.
I like the Witching Hour, so it's like I've got some options. I'm not dead set. I just know I want to at least start one of them. Maybe have it done by Halloween. We never know, really. So I'm also doing the Color and Cotton, both the thread and the fabric club. I'm only doing it every 2 months.
You didn't get your thread today?
No, it said it was supposed to be delivered today.
By 8 p.m.
Yeah, and it's 8 p.m. My Pusheen box was delivered because they drop it off, knock at the door, and it's delivered by the postal service.
Did you check your mailbox?
Yes. Seth checked the mailbox, actually, and there was nothing in there. So
'Cause
maybe it's coming tomorrow.
Mine says it was delivered.
Okay.
So I'm not home.
Next Flosstube, we'll have that to show you, hopefully. And maybe even the fabric, because I think the lady said the fabric ships out at the end of the month.
The fabric, I got my
November one, right?
Yeah, I got my November one, but I've already got the purchase that says it's been processed and it's getting ready.
Yeah.
To watch for the shipping notification. So my second fabric should be coming, and then in January starts Crazy Annie. So I'm excited about that. To see which one that one's going to be.
And I also found another one new to me. What was the one?
Oh, you sent it to me.
Fiberholic? What is it?
Fiberlicious.
Fiberlicious. They do a monthly club too. So
there's a lot of them. There's Judex. I don't know. Gerald Ginger Stitcher reviewed their fabrics. Beautiful. But they do a fabric. There's Crazy Annie's. There's so many.
Yeah.
That I'm just like,
don't know.
I'm not even going to try to go down that rabbit hole, because that's just, I did the Color and Cotton, and I did Crazy Annie's, and then the Needle Minder of the Month.
Yeah. Well, I figure at least if I do the Color and Cotton, at least one fabric club, it'll expand my fabric stash, because right now I have a lot of like the basic linens and even weaves and Ada you can get at the craft store. What
I liked about Color and Cotton is that if you needed to, you could put it,
shaking the world.
If you needed to, you could put it on hold.
Yeah.
So
you can pause it and take it back up again, or
yeah,
bump it up. I think you can also change if you want bigger sizes 1 month or stuff like that. So it's very adaptable.
I'm hoping that this month I get a prim, because last month I got
Yes, it's really pretty though.
I love it. It's really bright. So I'm hoping to see one of their prims this month. So
nice.
What else do you got?
I just signed up for anything. So knitting wise, my knitting plans for 2018. I want to finish the tree skirt, which it's kind of all tucked away now. I'll show that to y'all next time. The purple and green socks I showed you. I also want to start some new felted clogs for Seth. I made these felted clogs, goodness, I want to say 2004. And they've lasted that long, but they've got like holes in the bottom now, so I think it's time to just send them upriver and downriver, upriver. Core the 40 in memory.
Yeah. And when you make something that is felted, you knit it, and it's
huge.
Walking home from our house Christmas Eve. You may say there's no such thing as Santa, but as for me and Grandpa, we believe. Santa doesn't believe in me. Remember? Do you remember that?
I do remember. Santa doesn't believe in you.
Some bitch. Okay, go ahead.
Anyway, so knitting, after the felted clogs, I want to start Celesterium or a big cozy sweater. Celesterium, I've got the beads for it and everything.
Don't you have both north and south?
No, I only bought Celesterium, which is the northern hemisphere. So what it is, it's basically a pie shawl, it's a circular shawl, essentially. And it's a star map of all the stars in the northern hemisphere.
It's a pie?
It's a pie shawl. Ooh. Yes, it's a pie shawl. And so I saw somebody online, because you can put beads where the stars are supposed to be. Somebody did glow-in-the-dark beads. So I had to get the glow-in-the-dark beads. That's pretty epic.
She ordered them.
I ordered them? Yes, I have them.
So you're ready to start Celesterium?
Yes, I just want to finish some other stuff first, so if I get Celesterium started next year, I will be happy. That's pretty legit. And those are my plans for 2018. What are your plans, Helene?
My plans for 2018 are going to Stitch Away in January. I'm excited about that. Starting the... what's it called?
The ornament thing?
Yes. The Halloween ornament a month, which I am all kitted up for, so I can show you which ones. Well, not all of them. I've got the ones I'm taking to retreat to work on. So I can show you those. Okay, so these are all from Just Cross Stitch and Owl.
An owl in the what?
This is Just Cross Stitch in the moon.
Mm-hmm.
This is all the ones that I have kitted up are from the Just Cross Stitch Halloween 2017. Now, I do have a whole list of them that come from various, so I'm going to kit up after retreat. So, but these are all kitted up and ready to go. Okay, I'm going to do Moonlight Owl.
Pretty.
Okay, and I got the called for. Sorry, Drew. Doing called for colors and called for fabric here because
you can.
Because I can, and because I wanted to for these few that I'm starting, because it just made my life easier. So, I am all kitted up. There's the flosses down here in the bag. And I ordered the fabric from 123 Stitch. It is a 14
count Ada? Or?
Yes, this is a 14 count Ada from Zweigart. So, that's that one. All kitted up and ready to go. So it will be coming with me to retreat. I am so excited about this retreat.
I am not going because I'm an accountant and January is a bad time.
I told her about it and I was like, January, I know you probably can't go, but I wish you could. But StitchCon
sounds fun.
StitchCon! I've got it saved. I sent her the link, told her to save it. Mm-hmm. January 1st, we're on there. We're sending our deposit. We're saying we're roomies.
Yes.
So, unless we get mad at each other, we'll be roomies anyway. We love each other. Okay. Boo a latte.
Ooh.
Boo a latte on Brandywine.
Coffee.
It's coffee.
Coffee and moons. We've hit
coffee and
a couple of our
moons.
Points here. Ooh, I like that color.
Isn't that a nice color? And these are big, chunky. I mean, I've got more, so I can use it for something else.
You can use several ornaments.
This was the smallest size you could order. 14 count Brandywine Ada from Wichelt
and Port.
Wichelt. So it's kind of a reddish brown.
Honestly, it would be good with anything coffee themed, I think.
Yes, it would be great. So after I finish this ornament, look for something coffee coming. And I have all the flips. So that's that one. I have Poison. And it's just on a 14 count white Ada that I did not buy from 123 Stitch because
a lot of that.
I got a crap ton of that at home. So Poison. I thought that was cute.
That is really cute.
And I just love the different colors of greens. There's one in there that looks like absinthe. Look at that.
Ooh, yeah.
It's very absinthe-y.
Seeing the green fairy.
Yeah. So, kind of like that. It's really not reading that absinthe color there. But
what number is it?
That is number 912.
DMC 912.
DMC 912. If you're looking for the color of absinthe, I think that pretty much does it.
That's, green fairy right there.
Okay, this one does not have the floss because I want to do this one in the glow in the dark. Ooh. And we looked that up last week. It's E940.
Yeah, I believe so.
Which is the one that I want to do this in. This is Ghost Cat.
Ooh.
It's a kind of a black work. Mm-hmm. And I got the called for, this was Lugana from Zweigart. A navy.
Very pretty. Is that 28 count?
Yes, it's a 28 count.
Ooh,
And this,
I love that.
Still, I'll have some left over to do something else.
4 ornaments at least.
Yeah.
You quadrants there.
Okay. I could not find the call for fabric for this one, so I just went with something close. I just thought that was cute. Beware. And I love skulls.
Who doesn't?
Love skulls.
So, okay, we've hit skulls, coffee, moons.
These are my I have all the... I've never shown them. Maybe next time. I have all the Mill Hill Kit sugar skulls.
Ooh.
All 6.
Nice.
And I do plan on doing them. They will be part of my Halloween shrub.
Decor. Mm-hmm.
Whatever. I am very excited about doing those. I think they're adorable and cannot wait to stitch those. Anyway, back to this one. Floss all in here.
It's like Pepto Pink there.
It is very Pepto. It's called Flamingo. Or
Pink Chicken.
Tropical Pink.
Tropical Pink.
Tropical Pink, which it's not really showing, but this is kind of a bright Pepto-Bismol pink. What it called for was...
It's kind of like a...
It said...
Magenta
from Medina Originals. I don't know.
It's okay.
It's pink. So I got pink. And the colors look fabulous on it, so that's fine.
Can't argue with that.
And then one more that I have kitted up. Where is it? Nope. It's in here.
Into her bag of tricks she goes.
Into my bag of tricks. I thought I threw it in here. Yes, here it is. Remember last video when I stole the card from Annie?
Yeah, she stole it, thief. She kitted it up already.
I kitted it up.
That escalated quickly.
Linen. Floss. It's just that. It's
$33.71.
$33.71. Prairie Schoolers.
That black, brown, brownish black, whatever you want to call
Prairie
it.
Schoolers' favorite. So that's coming with me too.
I love Prairie School because, like, you can get this super, like, complicated chart or whatever. It only uses, like, 3-4 colors or something. And it's just really artistic and creative with just using a limited palette. It's really cool.
Yes, I think so too. So this is a good start on my Halloween ornaments, and these are what I will bring. I will probably like get a few stitches in these before I head up there. I wanted to show them to you before I did that. But January 1st, I mean. The retreat's on January 10th, so nice. I do plan on, getting a start on these before I head to retreat. And so October to December, I don't know. I might just do more.
Wing it.
I might do some more ornaments because I might do some ornaments for Annie's tree. And AKA my tree.
Her adopted tree.
My adopted tree. Yeah. And do some Christmas ornaments too during the year. I do know that I want to start my ink circles, the hunter.
That's gonna be
the
cute.
hunters.
We'll be shooting the butt of the deer.
And I want to finish my pumpkin passport because we did, and I want to finish my Black Hat Society because I bought it. And got the kits and should probably do those. I did join the Jane Austen Stitch Along book club and Stitch Along on Facebook.
Awesome.
Faceplace.
Face.
And I have read all of the Jane Austen books in the past, so I thought instead of reading them again, because it's hard to read and stitch at the same time.
Yeah, very hard.
I thought I would do the audibles. And I bought a volume of Jane Austen.
Nice.
That has all of her works in it, and so I can just choose whichever one they're doing that month. I think they're starting with Sense and Sensibility.
Gotcha.
And just listen to them and while I stitch.
Very cool.
And I do want to do an EPP quilt.
English paper piecing.
Yes.
Piecing. Gotcha.
That is my plan. And I am working on a project with some fellow stitchers, and if you guys are watching this, I would like to say thank you. You know who you are, and I appreciate but there will be more on that later.
Really? What is it? I'm curious. Gotcha.
Yeah. So, and as far as my knitting goals for
2018.
Gotta finish WB socks.
Those socks have been in progress for years.
WB socks, poor WB. He's sockless.
WB's her husband, BT Dubs.
I want to redo. WB is short for Whisker Biscuit. And we're now.
It's a really long story there.
Whisker Biscuit is a tool for archery.
That's what we tell ourselves.
Unless you look it up on Urban Dictionary.
I'm just saying, don't start coming up with nicknames for other people and not expect them to come up with one for you.
Exactly.
Because what's the only one that's stuck?
Whisker Biscuit.
Yeah, WB.
WB. So he will forever and always be known as WB. He's got several nicknames, though. It's ridiculous.
Not even sure actually what his real name is. I've heard like 5 of them. It could be all 5. I don't really know.
True. I do want to redo his sweater.
Mm-hmm.
I've got to. I think I'm just going to rip that one out.
Really? It looks good on you.
I don't think it looks good on me.
Okay.
Yeah, so.
Hey, it's what you want.
More hats and probably a shawl as well because I've got a couple of kits that I should probably, do something
Get
with.
on
I
that.
think I have Solisterium too.
Yeah, I think you got it a couple yarn crawls ago.
Yeah, I did. And don't know which one I want to start because I know I have, when we went to Kidnew, we both got that one kit, the Dracula.
Yes. Oh, that's a cool idea. For we can knit that and listen to Dracula on audiobook.
Oh yeah, because we said last
that
week
we wanted to start those.
We wanted to start reading
Bram
Stoker,
not Stroker.
Yeah, we had mentioned that we'd wanted to read that because we hadn't, and
or it's been
the
distracted
Stitcher had, and I read it, and I don't remember being creeped out by it, but she said she was creeped out by it, so I don't know.
I like being creeped out.
I do too.
I kind of like being creeped
out. But I don't
out.
remember being creeped out by it. I do remember being creeped out by Interview with the Vampire. Anne Rice she's good.
Yeah.
She's good. And the movie, nothing compared to the book. So if you've only seen the movie and think that's stupid, read the book. You won't. Same with The Queen of the Damned.
See, I actually liked that movie. I liked
that movie. The movie was much better. That movie was better than Interview with the Vampire, but the books are way better in both cases.
Gotcha. All right, so those are your plans.
Those are my plans.
We've made a lot of plans. You think are we gonna watch this next December and laugh at ourselves?
Probably.
And laugh and laugh and laugh.
Probably.
Okay. So is this kind of our getting towards the end? We've gone over the craft stuff. I guess we're going to talk about us.
Yeah. We thought we would do the 20 things about us, but we're going to do 10 each.
And we'll do the next 10 on the next
Flosstube video. If I can think of 10 more. I don't know. It was hard. So you do one, I'll do one, then we'll just kind of go back and forth.
Yeah, it was hard because some things are like, okay, is that interesting about me, or is it just I find it interesting and nobody else is going to find it interesting? I don't know. I mean, it's kind of hard to judge yourself because the things you're into aren't the things other people are into. Exactly. So you don't know. So forgive me if it's boring, okay?
I added her number 10.
Yes, she did. Kind of had my number 10.
Because she only had 9.
I only had 9 because I was having a hard time thinking of the very last one, of course.
I did too, so I threw something in there.
You just threw it random.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay, my first one, pets. I have, as we've seen one of them, Miss Minnie, I have 2 dogs and 2 guinea pigs. Doggies are Chloe and Minnie, both Shih Tzus of indeterminate origin, I like to call them. Chloe's more a Lhasa Shih, part Lhasa, part Shih Tzu. Minnie is supposed to be purebred Shih Tzu. Because that's basically, she was an owner surrender at the local animal shelter. And of course they say she looks pretty much full Shih Tzu. So, I'm gonna go with that. But, I like my little rescue dogs.
Mm-hmm.
You know, don't judge a dog by its cover. I've never been one to want a purse puppy.
Excuse me.
No problem. You stove up?
I'm stove up.
Yeah, I'm getting stove up too. I got the itis.
I'm telling you, we're falling apart.
This is cold weather's killing us. We need to do some Bakerum.
I love
So anyway, yes, 2 dogs, Chloe and Minnie. I'm big into rescue dogs and shelter dogs.
Your pigs are rescues too.
One of them is Tiny. I actually did purchase.
Oh, okay.
Because I had to. My guinea pigs are Lou and Tiny. Lou I got also from the shelter. I guess people thought it was kind of random, but I mean, I've never had a guinea pig before, and they're so sweet that
they are.
They're
my older brother had them and raised them. They are the sweetest things ever.
Yeah, they're not. Everyone thinks of hamsters and how hamsters can be a little bit nippy and stuff like that. Guinea pigs are not. Guinea pigs are just sweet, chunky butts that eat veggies and poop and make cute little sounds. Those are guinea pigs.
I love pig. pig sounds.
So yes, I have Lou and Tiny. I'm actually currently pet sitting one of my friends whom I work with. Went back home for the holidays, and I am pet sitting her pet hedgehog named Jasper. So right now my house is full of critters.
Yeah, he's cute too.
He's kind of cute. He does like
long fish.
Yes, they have the long
and
snouts.
their nose goes.
Yes, he has a very twitchy nose. So hedgehog, very fun. So my second one, I'm an otaku. If anybody knows what that is it's kind of a bad reference in Japanese, but over in America it just means you're an anime nerd. I like all sorts of anime. I started getting into that when I want to say like my early to mid 20s when sci-fi started getting a little weird, and I'm like, okay, let me try anime. And I got really sucked into it because anime is just basically, it's just the way they present it to you is just animated. But you can have romance, you can have sci-fi, fantasy, anything.
You can have some really weird shit.
You can have some weird stuff. You can have some interesting stuff. So some of my favorites, Inuyasha is one of the first ones that I got into.
Miyazaki.
Yes, any of the Miyazaki films. I like Full Metal Alchemist, Death Note, more of the modern ones, Seven Deadly Sins, Tokyo Ghoul. I just finished on Netflix A Little Witch Academia, which was kind of a cute one. So I've been to some anime cons. I haven't been in the past couple years just due to busyness. Oh yeah, I'm wearing my Pusheen sword. Pusheen's not really anime, but she's
kawaii.
Cute. She's Pusheen and her little sister Stormy right there. I got my ugly Pusheen Christmas sweater in my box today.
Wait, I'm not on there.
Huh? Which one are you?
Kitty's not on there.
Yours, that's the newest one, Pip.
Well, is that Nara?
I think Pip is Nara, isn't it? So you're Stormy. You're right
Stormy.
here.
Okay, I'm there.
So we started joking because Pusheen's the big chunky cat, and her little fluffy sister is Stormy, and they have a little brother now who's Pip, who's like a really tiny little black cat. So we joke that I'm Pusheen, and Hanan is Stormy, and our friend Nara is Pip, because she's the littlest one.
She is. She's tiny.
Yes.
Tiny little Korean girl.
Yes. We don't discriminate.
No, we don't.
I'm a big person. It's funny because you'll have me, and I'm definitely plus size, and then Nara, who's like extra, like even extra small, can be a little bit too big for her.
The socks I bought her, I saw, were like
Huge.
the heel was.
They were like knee high.
The heel was up on her ankle.
Yes.
Way up on her ankle. It was hilarious. I was like,
So, yeah.
I'm sorry, Nara.
I read some sort of, just one of those ignorant studies years ago that you just have to roll your eyes at that said, if you don't want to be fat, don't hang around fat people. And I'm like, well, I have plenty of friends who are both fat and thin, and I haven't made them any different. And I've hung around thin people, and I haven't become thin.
Neither.
So how about you just take people as they are, and move on with it.
Okay, should I do my number one?
Or should I finish mine, or do you want to do yours, or how do you want to do it?
I thought we were just going to go back and forth.
Okay, you do
That
your
one.
first two then.
Okay.
Since I did two.
All right, my number one thing is I do not like colored fingernail polish. Okay, every time Annie gets her fingers done,
They're sparkly right now. Can I see the
Yes.
for the?
I do this.
She has to compare it.
I go over my finger and go, nope. This one I could almost maybe do.
For a festive thing.
Maybe.
Since it's kind of holiday-ish.
I like a basic French manicure. That's what I get every time. Sometimes I get my tips in colors.
Like they have to be very pale colors. Like I think one time I convinced you for a very pale ice blue.
Yes.
And you were still like,
I wasn't sure.
teetering on it.
I wasn't sure about it. But I did do it. Now, I can put any color on my toes. Anything.
And she has.
And I have. Like, wild and crazy colors on my toes. I don't care. But on my fingers, I just don't. My mother used to wear bright red, and I thought it looked great on her. I think it looks great on Annie. I think it looks great on everybody but me. It's just me. She's convinced that I'm going to change.
It's going to happen. She's going to slowly eke her way into a brave new world of nail polish.
Okay.
Number two,
travel. I have been to Morocco, Spain, the Netherlands. That's pretty much it.
Amsterdam. That's in the
Amsterdam.
Netherlands.
Amsterdam is in the Netherlands. Yeah, that's why I wrote Amsterdam. I've been to the Anne Frank house. I have toured down the canals in Amsterdam. It was fun. Morocco. My ex-husband was from there, so I have my father-in-law. The only place I have not been in Morocco is the desert. Me personally, I have not been to the desert. My children have. My ex, of course, has. But
Did you leave him there?
I wish. Anyway, buried in the sand up to his neck. But no, we traveled a lot extensively in Morocco. My father-in-law pretty much made sure I saw,
Corner to corner.
corner to corner. It was, I love traveling with my father-in-law. He was wonderful. He was a wonderful, wonderful man. He also crocheted.
He was a good man.
He was a very, very good
Sweet.
man. If his son had been anywhere near his caliber, we might still be together. But he wasn't. But, yeah. Amsterdam, I have a funny story about being in Amsterdam with my son. He was in 2nd grade. And Amsterdam is known for a few things.
Mm-hmm.
One of them being the red light district. Okay? And they have interesting museums.
Of course.
In
You have to have a museum for everything.
In Amsterdam. And my son was in 2nd grade, and he was like, there was a museum, and he was going to go in. And I grabbed him by the hood of his jacket and pulled him back and said, "You are not going in that museum." And he turns around and looks at me. He said, "Sister Lena said museums are good." And I said, "Sister Lena has never been to Amsterdam."
To that museum.
It was a sex museum.
Woo!
So, yes.
Did you remember the address? Let's go.
I know it was very near the main train station.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So,
Woohoo!
yeah, because we had a really long layover in Amsterdam. So we had like a 10-hour layover in Amsterdam. So one good thing about my ex is that he believed that if you landed in a country or you landed in a city and you had time,
You should go see it.
you should go see it.
Absolutely.
And so we did. And with the children in tow, and we'd stow our luggage somewhere, or sometimes he pulled it behind him, but he truly believed that if we were somewhere for any amount of time, we should go see it.
Mm-hmm.
And so, yeah, that's how we ended up, and I got to see Anne Frank's house and all that good stuff. That was
Really cool.
that. When you see it in the movies and pictures, it's not the same.
Yeah.
Those staircases, I had to go up it sideways. I mean, it was tiny. And you think about her being just dragged down that.
Just sad.
Very sad. Anyway.
Okay. So,
Number 3.
I put down, I'm a metalhead.
She is.
I listen to all sorts of music, but my primary love is hard rock, heavy metal. Metallica, Korn, Godsmack, Disturbed, Danzig, Dio. Even
her and
some
my
of the
husband get along on
80s
this.
stuff.
They get along on that.
Yes, I've been in several mosh pits. Who did I see? I think I saw Korn and Rob Zombie last. It was a couple summers ago. There haven't been too many good concerts recently, and I'm getting a little old, so getting knocked around, having people land on my head from crowd surfing is getting a little old. But I still love it. So it's my primary. Yes, Seth sometimes knows when I come home because I always have my music blaring, something very, very loud. So,
Same.
word.
I don't really consider myself a metalhead, but I do like it. Okay, I am the only person in my immediate family that has not been to France. It is true. All 3 of my children have been. My oldest went on spring break when she was in 1st grade. My youngest went to Paris when she was 4. She does not remember going to Paris when she was 4. She's been since. She's been 4, but her first time to Paris, she was 4 years old. Mm-hmm. She flew from here to Houston with her cousin, and Houston to Paris. Met her grandparents in Paris and flew to Morocco and stayed for 6 months. Oh. So, yeah, it was a thing. So, And we did that so that they would learn Arabic, learn Moroccan, and could be able to communicate with their family, which they did.
Very cool.
So, and anyway, it was, and like I said, my in-laws were pretty awesome.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Okay, my next one, I am a retro gamer. I don't do a lot of the more modern games, but I still have my original NES and my SNES. I think I actually pretty much have all of the Nintendo systems except for the Wii U. I have the Switch, and I do some modern stuff, like of course Zelda Breath of the Wild. So some stuff like that, but I really love the old stuff. Just remember sitting at home playing Dr. Mario, Super Mario Brothers 3, which is still the best game of all time, I think.
Love that game.
Yes, Tetris.
I could play Tetris all day long.
Yes.
All day long.
And so we actually went, I think it was over the summer, they had a retro gaming convention here in Irving. And it was so awesome. They had like a whole room full of old video arcade games set up. They had like the old...
Miss Pac-Man.
Yes. Of course, they had those.
Donkey Kong.
And they had like a whole section of like the old TVs, the old CRT TVs with the dials and everything with the old game systems hooked up. So that
was the old Ataris and stuff?
Yes.
Oh my god.
Yes, it was a lot of fun. It was like done like different people's little living rooms, like back in the day.
So cool.
So I like a lot of that. And I'm pretty hardcore Nintendo fan. I don't have Xbox or PlayStation. Those aren't really my things. I'm sure they're great for some people, but I think my primary love is the old school stuff and The Legend of Zelda and Super Mario. That's where it's at.
Keep up with Zelda, of course.
Oh, yeah.
I adore the water. Like, love it. When I was young, I was terrified of the water because I almost drowned when I don't know how old I was. I was under 5. My father took me to the pool and was flirting with the lifeguard. Nice. Yeah, the same father that named me Tina Louise. Yeah. Was flirting with the lifeguard, and I went under, and I had to be resuscitated.
Wow.
So, ever since, from then until I was about 6 or 7 years old, maybe older, I was terrified of the water. Like, I couldn't walk over a bridge with water running underneath it. That's how bad it was. My daddy, my stepfather, took me to, we went to SeaWorld. Mm-hmm. I don't know if it was called SeaWorld back then, but anyway, in Houston. And we had to go back and forth across a bridge. Mm-hmm. He would walk out like 2 paces. You had to cross this bridge to get to see the show. Yeah. There was no other way, and I wanted to see the show, and I couldn't cross the bridge. Aww. So my daddy literally took me, like, he would take 2 steps out, and then would take 2 steps back. 3 steps, 3 steps. Mm-hmm. You get the picture. Yikes. You can imagine how long it took us to get across that freaking bridge. Mm-hmm. But he did that, and by the end of the day, I was running back and forth across it. But, yeah. Then, gradually, my mom found somebody really good to teach for swimming lessons and all of that, but now I just love the freaking stuff.
You're a mermaid?
I'm a mermaid.
Mermaid.
I love it. Just absolutely adore it. Swimming with the dolphins last year was like, oh my god! And getting to touch a manatee and all that was just, it was like a dream come true. I mean, I had dolphins push me up out of the water. It was amazing. I didn't think they would be able to lift me, but they did.
They lifted Seth too, and Seth and me were big.
Yeah, and it was, like I said, it was a dream come true. And being out, I love just sitting on the fourth deck.
On the cruise ship.
On the cruise ship and just looking out over. Wasn't afraid of it.
No. It was awesome.
It was awesome. Loved it.
Awesome sauce. Okay, number 5 is I don't like earrings. I had my ears pierced when I was younger, and I just didn't like things touching my ears, and then my hair would get stuck in it, and it just irritated me. So I let my piercings close up, and I think I tried them again when I was in my early 20s, and I still couldn't.
Excuse me, I keep yawning.
Huh?
I keep yawning.
Sad. But yeah, so I don't like earrings. They look great on a lot of women. I just don't like the way they feel, and my hair is crazy, and my hair gets everywhere. So no earrings for me.
Oh, I hate seeing little kids on cell phones and iPads. I hate it. I did not let my children have video games until they were much older because they got Game Boys.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, and they were like this.
Yeah.
The whole time. And I hate that. And we were in San Antonio in June, and there was a little kid we were having, on the Riverwalk, having lunch, and this little kid with his grandmother or grandfather, I don't know, maybe his mother, who knows, was walking by on the Riverwalk. There are ducks.
Yeah,
there are birds.
Things.
There are things to see. Walking by doing this.
Yeah, as much as I like my phone and the interwebs and, different memes and stuff, you need to get out and experience life, especially when you're a kid. Everything is new to you. You can't learn everything on the internet, and you really shouldn't. The internet is a useful tool, but sometimes it's not the best way to experience life.
It pisses me off when I see that. Just know, and I will make comments.
I got booty burn here. Sorry, I'm stretching out a little.
It's okay. Your numbers?
6. I love shopping. Like a lot. I like to buy shit.
Shopping's fun.
Shopping is fun. And
I like to shop with her.
Yes. Everybody, I think, likes to shop with me. I'm crazy about it. But I've come across so many women, especially larger, well, not even necessarily just plus size women. A lot of women just don't like to shop. They don't look forward to finding something they like and trying on stuff. And I always have. I've always thought clothing and whatever you like, it should be fun. You should enjoy going out and stuff and not being ashamed or embarrassed that you don't fit into a certain size. Or
She talked me into skinny jeans.
Yeah, I did.
I like them.
And I never, because I was a teenager in the 90s, and it was all about the Jinkos and boot cut and flare jeans, and then the skinny jeans trend came, and I'm like, oh my gosh, these people look like ice cream cones, pointed at the bottom, and you got the booty at the top. That's an ice cream cone. But then I saw a couple people online saying, big people shouldn't wear skinny jeans. And I'm like, why not? If it comes in my size, I can wear it. So I tried a few on, and they didn't look too bad on me. So if I'm a little ice cream coney, that's okay. Who doesn't like ice cream?
I like it.
I like ice cream. So yes, I love to shop for clothing. Clothing should be fun. Mm. You should enjoy it. And I've never really had trouble finding things in my size because I've known where to look, and sometimes you have to be creative. And I've always liked some more alternative fashions, like, goth stuff and everything like that. So some of the alternative fashions have been a bit more open-minded in the past to larger people. Like Torrid, which is one of the main plus-size brands now, started out as we like to joke about Fat Hot Topic.
Got my Torrid jeans on right now.
It was actually the plus-size Hot Topic back in the late 90s, early 2000s, and it was only online. Mm-hmm. And then like a few years, like I want to say the 2004, 2005, they went a bit more mainstream. Just because they got so popular. Now they have stores all over the place.
Love Torrid.
But at least like a lot of the... and you'll notice a lot of plus-size models and stuff, they started with alternative fashions. So I just think you just have to be a bit creative about stuff and don't think, oh, I could never wear this. Try it. And you'll find out what you like, what you don't like. But, be open-minded about things. And you might enjoy shopping more than you thought you would. And if not, you can come shopping with me.
Go shopping with Annie. It's fun. We have a blast when we go shopping. I love it. She helped me pick out my outfit for a Christmas party, so... It was fun.
It wasn't too Santa-y or anything. It's really cute. It wasn't.
I'll wear that skirt again. And it was a short skirt, just so you know.
Wasn't too short.
Well, it was
shorter. It wasn't a matronly Amish skirt or anything.
No, it was not. It covered my knees, but that's okay. Oh, I love pigs. Not to eat, because pigs are friends, not food. And my BFF gave me a pig charm bracelet that had gold pigs on it.
Nice.
Golden pigs. And she dared me to wear it to the mosque. And I did. I actually wore it.
Trolling people.
Yes, awesome. I did. It was hilarious. And people were very offended, and they were mad. And I am like, what is the big deal? It is one of God. It is one of God's creatures. Yes, I'm not eating it. There's nowhere in anything that says we can't have pictures of pigs or see a pig or, my favorite, some idiots put pork across the street so the Muslims wouldn't go down that street or whatever. I'm like,
and did it work?
I don't know. For some of the crazy people I know, it probably would have. But I'm just like, we're not supposed to eat it.
That's the only thing.
That's the only thing that is written about it. But yeah, Jill gave me that pig bracelet.
That's pretty awesome.
Yeah. Oh, and BFF, by the way, I saw this recently. BFF is a level, not a position. There can be more than one.
I think that's true. Absolutely.
Don't you think that?
Yes, I have multiple BFFs.
I do too. She's one of them.
So we're on 7 now. We've made it to 7. Awesome. This is going to be like a 2-hour-long Flosstube, I hope you know. I'm sorry, guys.
We're at 1:48.
Yeah.
We can edit some stuff.
Maybe. So number 7, I try to take one international trip a year, and that was starting in 2013 when I went to Rome. 2013 was Rome. I went to Korea in 2014. 2015, I went on my first cruise. My husband had been wanting to go on a cruise for a long time. And the cruises are fun because if you want to visit, like, just a couple locations and you don't want to stay there a long time, you just want to get kind of a taste of it, it's a great option. And so we've been on cruises like the past 3 years now.
Yep.
So we've been to Belize, Roatan, Honduras, Mexico multiple times, Jamaica, the Cayman Islands, and this past one I went to the Bahamas, and I think I really liked the Bahamas. I had seen a lot of stuff where people complain, oh, it's impoverished or whatever. It wasn't that bad, and honestly, the water was so beautiful. Even in sort of the industrial areas near the port, the water was still so clear and so beautiful. It was crazy.
Was it, because I remember Honduras was pretty.
It was clearer than that.
Really?
It was super clear water. And we just paid to go to like a little resort beach there, and that was awesome. I had such a blast.
But the poverty level, was it about the same as Honduras? Or?
I think it's actually a bit better than Honduras. There's more money in the Bahamas. They're a lot more built up. Like Nassau is like the busiest cruise ship port in the world. I want to say there were like 7 boats there when we were there.
7 ships there that day?
Yes.
Jeez.
But then it's also built to support that many ships. There's a
because
lot.
I think the most boats we saw in port was in Mexico was a 3.
Yeah, I think we had 7 or 8 when we were in Cozumel too. A couple of them had to tender in Cozumel. It was just.
Oh, I hate tendering.
Yeah, tendering's crazy.
I mean, it was.
If you don't know, tendering as opposed to docking, where you basically the cruise ship comes up to the port and you can just walk off the gangway and be right on land. Tendering, they basically means the water is most of the time the water is too shallow for the, what do they call it, under the ship? Under
the hull,
I guess. But basically, so the ship has to kind of drop anchor further out. Basically, they just have to stay in deeper water, because if they would come, they would basically get stranded.
They'd get stuck.
Or in Belize, there's like part of the world's 2nd largest coral reef there, so it's probably to prevent that stuff,
to keep it from breaking up the reef and stuff. So.
Yeah, so tendering, they basically have a smaller boat that takes you from your bigger boat to the shore.
A catamaran. So
yeah, just basically a little speedboat. And I tendered in the Cayman Islands, in Grand Cayman, and it wasn't too bad. It was like maybe a 5-minute tender, but in Belize it was like 45 minutes each way. It was crazy.
With the same freaking commercial paying while we were waiting to get off the damn boat.
Oh yes.
Over and over and over.
But yeah, for 2018, I'm trying to decide. We have a friend who's supposed to be trying to get married,
She needs to give us dates. She wants us to come to this damn thing in Taiwan. We need dates.
I don't think it's going to be in Taiwan. I think it's going to be here.
Okay, good.
But again, I don't know for sure yet, so I need to be available for that.
I mean, if it is in Taiwan and she wants us to be at her wedding,
then
we need to know
so we can buy tickets. That too. So
as far in advance as possible, because that shit's gonna be expensive.
They're gonna fly here. I'm pretty sure his family's gonna fly here. But anyway, so I've got to work around that. But I've been really wanting to go to Japan like most of my life. I've totally been wanting to go to the land of otakus. I would love to visit them, and we're thinking about staying in just one of those little capsule hotels where you can
I think I'm coming with you guys.
Right. I mean, because to me, I don't need like a fancy resort or anything. I stay at La Quinta, like as long as it's a clean, well-kept La Quinta, I will stay at a La Quinta.
We were excited when we found out that StitchCon was actually going to be at a La Quinta.
I know. We're just like, we're totally cool with La Quinta.
We're totally, because there are some people who are like,
they need their, I guess I'm just not prissy, and I'm sorry if
if it's a clean bed. Yeah. We stayed at a Red Roof Inn when we went to
San Antonio, Kinyu, and it was fine.
Kinyu. We stayed at a Red Roof when we went to Kentucky too, I believe.
That was like a Ramada.
Was it a Ramada? Okay.
Yeah.
I don't know. Motel 8, whatever. It was clean.
That's our thing. As long as it's clean and quiet and safe, that's all I really care about.
A place to sleep.
Yeah, and so I do La Quinta a lot because I'm on their little point system, and I get like one free night a year because with as much as we like to road trip and stuff.
It's fun.
So yeah, I don't need prissy stuff, I'm cool with that. But yeah, so where I'm going this next year, I haven't officially decided yet. I will probably let you know in a future Flosstube when I do decide. So Stay tuned, kids.
Stay tuned. Okay, number 7. My number 7 is I am terrified of snakes. Absolutely terrified. National Geographic. I follow them on Instagram. If it's snake, I'm like scrolling. I might miss like if I don't comment on you, it's probably because I went and flipping just to get away from the snake.
See, and that's okay. So Frosted Pumpkin Stitchery started their or released their Into the Jungle sale.
There's a snake. And
that's what I'm afraid of. I think I was on East Coast Crafters Instagram, and she was saying she signed up for it, and I'm like, I kind of would have liked to because the tiger little sneak peek they had was cute. And the little Weeks dye works that they're using is a beautiful, like, teal, greenish blue.
And the sloth is so cute.
The sloth looks cute, but I'm like, I think there's going to be a snake. It's the jungle. And snakes be living in the jungle. So
it's going to be wrapped around something.
And I mean...
It's cartoony.
It's kawaii, I mean...
But still.
But it's still a snake. And I can't just call it a long green noodle. I thought about that. Because noodles don't come from the jungle.
And the movie Snakes on a Plane is my worst fucking nightmare. I cannot even imagine.
Nope.
No. Snakes on a plane.
Snakes on
I don't like to fly, number 1. I'm not a big fan of the taking off and the landing part. Once I'm up there, I'm okay. But... to be up there
with snakes
on a plane?
On a plane?
No. Terrifying.
Who thought of that plot anyway?
I don't.
Just the dumbest.
I'm just like
snakes on a plane.
Yeah, the kids are like, "Mom, you want to go see snakes on a plane?" I'm like, yeah, like, that's not happening.
No.
If there's a movie with snakes, Harry Potter. Those snakes on the door to open the Chamber of Secrets. No.
Danger noodles.
I'm like, are they gone yet? Are they gone yet? Are they gone yet? Danger noodles.
Danger noodles.
Down at the bottom. Okay.
Danger noodles. So.
Evil demon noodles.
Demon noodles. So, my number 8 is I hated cross stitch when I was younger. I hated it because when I was younger, the first real craft I learned was needlepoint. Needlepoint is, of course, more of a tapestry thing. So I would go to the craft store looking for more needlepoint stuff, and they'd always get mixed in with the cross-stitch stuff. And the cross-stitch stuff back then was so dowdy and ugly. I think Stitchin with a Dachshund, she had said it was bears or geese, and sometimes they had ribbons. And that is a pretty accurate description of most of the craptacular cross-stitch patterns that you could usually find at a craft store. It's gotten better in recent years.
I mean, come on, look at the moon.
Yes.
Seriously.
It's got, like... I think
This is going to have a ribbon? It's cute.
that's a cute ribbon. That's an appropriate. It's not on a teddy bear or baby samplers, like
Baby
birth
samplers,
announcements, anything
footprints.
like that.
Not that there's anything wrong with footprints, but like she said in the last video, no.
There's only so much you can handle. And so, yeah, so I was put off to cross stitch for a long time, but then, I think subversive cross stitch really, like, several years ago started opening people's eyes to, like, hey,
we can do something different with
we can do something different. And then when you start into that, you find out, oh, there are all these awesome pattern companies that have been around forever that are doing awesome stuff.
And all the samplers, the beautiful old samplers. I mean, like there was good cross stitch before there was bad cross stitch.
Absolutely.
And now there's good cross stitch again. It's kind of like disco.
It's coming back around, I guess. Or it never really left, but it wasn't accessible to a lot of people. Now we have the internet, so we can look up like anything pattern you can want. I mean, back in the day, you pretty much had what was available at Michael's or Joann's, Hobby Lobby back in the day. So it was really limiting. So thank goodness we live in the future.
God.
Yes.
Because it would be terrible. Should we not? Oh, love art of all kinds. And I try to spread that love. My kid is an art history major. Don't know what the hell she's going to do with that. But that's what she wanted to do. I am all about letting the kids do what they follow their dreams.
Yeah, you should follow what you like.
Follow your passion. She's working in HR.
She takes care of herself. I think that's the main thing. Like everyone wants their kids to be doctors or lawyers, and that's cool. We need those people, but we also need like normal workers. And I would rather have somebody, as long as you can support yourself. Yeah. And as long as you're happy, that's ultimately, as long as what you're doing is legal and moral, of course, then that's okay.
I mean, Sufyan, he's out in California. He's doing what he wants to do, and
he's trying to make his breakthrough. But he's taking care of himself.
He's taking care of himself. He does not ask Mama for. He does not ask me for a single penny or ever. And I worry about him. Don't think that I do not worry about my kid. Sometimes I ask him, "Are you being a gigolo? Please tell me the truth."
He ain't gonna tell you if he was.
He's not, but I mean...
Are you at least a high-paid gigolo?
You're working for a good escort service.
Exactly. You're classy. You're not assy. You're classy.
He's walked dogs. He's done all sorts of
odd-end jobs and stuff like that.
Stuff that to pay the bills. Yeah. And, but my love of arts, I don't know where it comes from. I do enjoy it immensely. My kid recently went to Paris, and she cried when she saw the Nike, the Winged Victory.
Nike?
Yeah, at the Louvre.
That's cool.
She Snapchatted me of her seeing the Winged Victory for the first time. Yes. And she was just like,
I'm here.
She was so excited. She was so excited.
Like Sufyan's his response to seeing the Mona Lisa.
Saw the bitch.
I saw the bitch. Whatever.
He's like, it's this big, Mom.
Yeah.
It's like, it's an 8x10 Sufyan. It's not that big. But yeah, he's like, saw the bitch. Yeah. So
it's weird because I'm scared to death of snakes too, and I love art as well. So
yeah,
we have crazy amounts in common, I guess.
We do. That's probably why we're really good friends. But both my kids are very into all three of my kids, Sahara too. She's a nurse, but she's they all love the arts. These were the kids that I had to tell them, guys, take a step back before we get kicked out of the museum. Especially my middle kid. The one that is the art history major. She like gets right up next to the art and is like
to see it, smell it.
She wants to see the paintbrush strokes. It's incredible how I've been yelled at about my kid, but I'm like, she's not gonna touch it. Trust me, she's fine. But I love art of all, except for modern art. I don't get a lot of modern. Some of it I do, and some of it I don't. It just depends. Like DMA one time took a class of kids to the 6th graders to the DMA, Dallas Museum of Art. We were standing up at the top. We were in the classical section, and down below you come down this flight of stairs and you enter into the modern art section of the museum. And at that time, there was a pool table sitting down there. Now, mind you, I had a class of 20, 10 boys, 10 girls. The boys took off down this flight of stairs because they saw a pool table, and I am screaming at the top of my lungs at the top of the stairs, "It is art! Don't touch it!" And these 10 boys spun around and looked at me like I had lost my freaking mind. And they were like, "You got to be kidding me.
They saw a pool table. That's when they were going to play pool.
You have got to be kidding me. This is not art.
That's
this is a pool table.
That's a pool table.
We went on into this art display, and on the wall were big cubes, open cubes, painted green inside.
Yeah, I went several years ago.
I appreciate it. Like I said, I love art. But that's just stupid.
It's
a shelf, not art.
That's that.
Put art in it.
You got that from IKEA. IKEA, not art. IKEA is good for IKEA.
Mark Montano could have built that.
Exactly.
Come on. And I like Mark. Mark, hi, Mark.
So, yeah, I went to the DMA several years ago, and you have Semiramis. There's this beautiful statue of Queen Semiramis, and it's like over 3,000 years old.
Is that the big one in the entry?
Yes, the woman reclining.
That's my son believed was a Michelangelo. I said, "No, Sufjan, it's not a Michelangelo."
No.
He's like, "Yes, it is." I said, "No, it's not." He said, "Yes, it is." I go, "What proves that it's a Michelangelo?" He said, "There'll be 3 interlocking rings on it." I go, "Okay, when we go, you go look." And he said, "Okay." And so he walked around that stupid statue like 10 times looking for those rings. Those rings aren't there.
No, because it's not a Michelangelo. It was done centuries before Michelangelo. But it's cool because you see this thing that's like 3,000 years old. You're like, wow, this is older than our country. This is older than almost anything in, like, on this side of the planet, it seems, you know.
It's old.
It's old. And then you go to the modern art section, and I saw a grand piano on a pile of half-peeled potatoes.
And it's just down the hall. Like,
you know, they always say it's the thought that counts. All I'm asking is, what the hell were you thinking? Because at least with other forms of art, I'm like, okay, well, this artist was trying, I think he was trying to convey this or whatever. I can't interpret a piano on a pile of half-peeled potatoes. I can't even fathom what you were thinking about. And, I mean, if art is a form of communication, what are you communicating?
There was a mousetrap in the corner of the room once when I was there.
Was it actually to catch mice?
No.
Or was it art?
It was art.
See,
to
me, it just means you got mice. Like, is that...
I was like, when I first saw it, I was like, what the hell, DMA? Pick up your shit.
I was like, there are better mousetraps you could get for such a nice establishment. But no, it was apparently art.
There was one time, though, that I went there, and they do have, like, interactive type art in that area. And there was a room that they had, from the ceiling to the floor, put different colored strings of yarn. And you were to walk through, and your brain, now this is what freaks you out. Mind you, it's just string. I stand on the outside of the room. I can see the people in the room. All the people. Once you enter into that room, your brain, the different colors, build walls. Like, your brain sees a physical wall. Like, there's a wall between me and Annie. Even though there's no wall. I cannot see her because those strings have made my brain think that there's a wall.
Weird.
And so I was standing like next to my son-in-law, like I'm sitting right next to Annie right now. And Sahara's on the outside, and I'm like, Yusuf, where are you? And he goes, I'm right here. Where are you? And Sahara's like, Mom, reach to your left. So I did, and I touched Yusuf, and then it broke the illusion, and I could see him.
Oh, wow.
But when I wasn't physically touching him, the wall came back.
Oh, that's so weird.
It was the most amazing thing I had ever seen.
See, that's cool.
That's cool.
That's cool.
That's cool. That's modern art I can get behind.
Yes.
Has
or
to
beside and not see.
Beside and not see.
Yeah.
But your brain builds walls based on
That's
colors and string.
Yeah, I think that's a good form of modern art.
It's a very good form of
Yeah.
performance. Is it performance art? Interactive art? I don't know what it is.
I think more interactive art is probably what it is.
Okay, we're gonna make it. We're at 2 hours now.
Wow, woohoo! So, my number 9 thing is He-Man. I love He-Man. I am a He-fan. I watched it, of course, as a kid in the 90s, and then kind of rediscovered it later on in life, and I've collected all of the original episodes. I found those at Half Price Books, our favorite place.
She does have He-Man and Skeletor.
I have He-Man and Skeletor on the tree. I would love to do like a Skeletor cross-stitch sometime. I found, like, you have the inspirational Skeletor stuff. It is hilarious. Like, I turn all my no's into yes. It has, like, Skeletor right there. So I have that. I haven't, I need to get, like, the New Adventures of He-Man. Not a lot of people liked it, but I think I'll collect it anyway because it is He-Man.
Mm.
It is awesome.
It is.
Yes, and I actually think I found a cross-stitch, like, not the little pixel people, but they're kind of like the chunky people. I don't remember. I think it's Cloud's Factory.
Oh, yeah, they do.
Do they have it? Or it's somebody similar who does kind of, there's a few different designers that do the same thing, but.
The little people?
Yes, the little people, and they have a He-Man one. And it says.
I think Armada Designs does it too.
By the power of Grayskull. So, yes.
Okay, my number 9 is that I know sign language. I'm very rusty with it. I can communicate with deaf people should I need to, and I eavesdrop on conversations. So my kids are like, "Stop staring." I go, "I'm not staring. I'm listening."
Yeah.
And they're like, "Well, that's rude." And I'm like, "Well,
it's there. You can't.
You can't help it. It's like somebody speaks." We were in California recently, and we were on Santa Monica Pier, and there was a couple there, and they were trying to get a selfie with the end of the Route 66 sign. That's where Route 66 ends, by the way, the end of Santa Monica Pier. Can't imagine anybody driving
off of it,
whatever. Style. But it's there. And they were trying to take a picture, and I told Yusuf, I said, ask the man if ask him if you want. I go, and you might want to try French. And he kind of looks at me like, what? I go, they were speaking French. And he's like, how do you know? I go, because I heard it for, like, ever. That's the second language of Morocco. Just FYI.
Yeah, it's right.
Is French. It's the national language. But it's not the national language. It's like, it's the language of business and education. They speak French. So, yeah, I've heard it a time or two.
Yeah.
So I'm like, I told him.
So you recognize it. You may not be fluent in it, but you can recognize what people are speaking.
Yeah, I can recognize it. And I said, so, you might want to try French. So he did, and they responded, and he was like, hey, you were right. I was like, duh. But anyway, so, yeah, I eavesdrop on conversations in sign language.
There you go.
That's my number 9.
And my last one, number 10, is one Hanan put down, is Korean. I know a little bit. I can actually, the alphabet's really easy to learn, so I can kind of sound things out. And you'll actually be amazed at how much stuff is actually just really their version of an English word. And, like coffee is what it is in Korean. And so as long as you know, their alphabet is really
and
easy.
And they read the same direction we do.
Yeah, left to right. Whereas if you have like Japanese, they have 2 different hiragana, katakana, and they also have kanji. And then, which is based off Chinese characters, and the Chinese have like thousands, like 5,000, something crazy like that.
And Hangul has...
I don't remember how many Hangul has, but...
it's not that many.
Basically, the story goes that the Korean alphabet was designed by one person one day because they wanted something that everybody could learn quickly. Anybody, like the poorest people, would be able to become literate. Whereas opposed to China, they kept, we have a Taiwanese friend who had said, like, a lot of people believe that the Chinese kept their language specifically difficult. They didn't do the same things as the Koreans to basically kind of prevent a lot of people from learning and just basically not allowing people to become literate and to be able to, like, get ahead. Mm-hmm. I don't know if that's true or not.
Because if they could think about it, if they could read, they could take that civil service exam that they had, and then they could advance their station in life. Yeah. Advance their lot in life, and they didn't want that. So. Yeah,
so it's
very tribal.
It was kind of a way to oppress people. Mm-hmm. And Korea was not like that. So the language...
Go Korea!
The language is very easy to learn. Like, you could learn it, and if you sit down, you could probably learn it in 90 minutes.
There's actually, isn't there a book?
Yeah, there's a free online one. I want to say it's through 90 Day Korean. Mm-hmm. And yeah, you can sit down, and the letters, they relate it to an English word. Like, what they use as a B kind of looks like a bed. So you see that it looks like a bed, you know B. Mm-hmm.
It's pretty cool. I was playing when you guys went on your cruise. The
first time I was just I downloaded it to take a look at it.
She sent it to me, and so we were like texting each other Korean words. It was
like this
fun.
Is how you do your this is how you
and
do
you
my
download the Korean alphabet on your phone, and you can just kind of go to town.
Yeah. So it's now the language itself is a lot harder. Just the verb structure, that type of stuff can be a lot harder to learn, but I mean, I can at least read some of the stuff. Mm-hmm. And it's funny because we, since I pretty much live in K-Town over here, we went to H Mart and we got some pajangmis, which is like a pancake, usually like green onion pancake, and it was all the mix was all in Korean. And so Seth was like, it's okay, we can kind of translate and figure it out. Mm-hmm. And he kept coming across this one word, and he was spelling out mixing bowl. And I'm like, do you mean mixing bowl? They were using the English, but it was just spelled in Hangul. In Korean. And so if you sounded it out, you're like, okay, that's a mixing bowl. They weren't using a Korean word. It was just a Korean translation of an English word. So knowing the alphabet helps a lot, and you can try to get by. Minnie has come back to see us. I think we've not petted her in a while. Hey, Minnie.
Okay, my number 10 is that I have 3 brothers. I know that sounds really boring. However, if you put this into context, that my first husband had 6 sisters, and my second husband has 5 sisters.
Oh, this is pathetic, Minnie.
This is so sad.
Sad.
So cute. So yeah, I'm the only girl and spoiled. And yeah, so that's kind of sad. But that's the way it is. I'm a princess and I know it.
Not prissy though.
Not prissy at all.
Not prissy.
No. Okay, about us together is that we make up our own stories.
Our own mythology, if you will.
Yes. Evil demon noodles.
We were driving and we saw those cell towers in the distance that kind of blink red. And it was kind of creepy at like 4 a.m. and you're just trying to get somewhere.
There's just a bunch of them. We call them
we call them demon noodles. The demon noodles are following us.
The demon noodles. The Arkansas chupacabra.
Yes.
Cannot cross state lines, but you have to get out of Arkansas.
Before dark. Or else the chupacabra will get you.
It'll get you.
Yeah, we saw, like, we're driving through Arkansas, like, dark 30 in the morning.
And Arkansas is dark. They have these huge-ass signs in Arkansas that are all, like, lit up. Visit Arkansas National Tourist Board. It's, like, huge. And if any of you guys live in Arkansas, sorry. But your state is dark as hell.
Yeah, like there were no like road lights or anything. Like I guess they didn't pay the electric bill or something, or
Because we left Texas lights, got into Arkansas dark,
and then we made it to Tennessee.
Lights.
And there were lights, and Kentucky there were lights. But for some reason, get little old Arkansas, nobody paid the electric bill. Minnie, what are you trying to do?
So yeah, we make up our own weird stories.
Our own legends, if you will. We have our own lexicon.
We do realize that the chupacabra is from Mexico, but there are Arkansas chupacabra,
They can travel.
and they intermarry.
Mm-hmm.
And the Texas ones don't let the Arkansas ones enter.
Yeah, they're blocked on the border.
So you have to get out of Arkansas. The Texas ones don't bother you because we're Texans. So,
Yeah, so we're used to it.
So yeah.
Texas chupacabra are our friends.
Yeah.
Minnie, that's pathetic.
Yeah, it's really quite sad. All right, we are at 2 hours and 14 minutes. We are sorry, guys.
We might have to split this or something.
We might, and I don't know how long this is going to take to upload. Forgive us. We're bad, horrible, terrible people.
But we're fun.
But we're fine.
But we're fun.
Bye until next time.
Bye.
From the Misfits.
Misfits.